Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 251 of the Nigerian Football Wiki podcast. I'm your host, Olu Oke. First of all, what to Ashake? Please forgive the delay in starting today's episode. I know we're supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but I just had a bit of a delay with work and just getting myself ready for the live stream. So please, what to Ashake? Forgiveness for the bad things of being late and not sticking to time. But more importantly, if your team is ahead in the title race and about to win the Premier League title for the first time in 22 years with just 2 games to go, please, can you raise your hands up in the air? Yeah, that would be lovely to see. You know, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can dream it, I can feel it. And honestly, for the past 24 hours, I've just been drinking the upstairs, man. Everybody... I've been loving all the commentary. All of a sudden, everybody's like a referee expert. Everyone knows all the laws of the game. Everybody's so sure about how football goes and exactly what's going to become of the games. So anyway, we're here to come and review the Premier League over the past few weeks and how our Nigerian players have done in all the top leagues in Europe as usual. Today is episode 251. We're on the road to another 250 episodes. I want to say a big thank you for the first 250 episodes and all the support, especially over the last year. Obviously, yesterday, I was in Stockholm for the day. I flew in the morning and left Stockholm last night. We went to watch Zadok, Yohanna, Akor. It's actually pronounced Akor. So Akor in the Stockholm derby against the Gardens. Unfortunately for Akor, they got absolutely battered. 4-2. Zadok Yohanna got an assist in the first half, but he had to be taken off at halftime, which was very, very unfortunate. So I wasn't even able to meet him, but I wish him a quick recovery. And honestly, shout out to Sweden, shout out to Akor for the hospitality and for giving me the press pass and for allowing me to watch the match literally pitch side. Look out for the match vlog when that comes out at some point this week. And honestly, I just want to say a big thank you to the community for all you guys do and the fact that these opportunities are coming my way as a result of the strength of this channel and this podcast. So big thank you to everybody. And I just want to make sure that you guys know how I feel about everything else. Apart from that, we're on the road to 20K subscribers, so guys, keep supporting, keep shining, keep helping. And we're also starting the next 250 episodes. And by God's grace, the same way things have grown over the last 4.5 years, over the next 4.5 years, we shall finally see the Super Eagles culminate in the 2030 World Cup. And by God's grace, either next summer or the summer of 2028, we will see the Super Eagles of Nigeria finally win an AFCON for the first time in either 14 years or 15 years. So I just want to say a big thank you. I remember to keep supporting the channel and feel free to join as a member today. Today means that we are officially 1 month away from the FIFA World Cup. So guys, look, Nigeria there or not, it's an exciting time and we're going to be there for all the vibes. And like I've said already, we're going to be doing a World Cup daily show as much as possible every day. And I'm going to try my best to watch every match. That's what I do. I love the World Cup more than any other tournament in the world. I do my best to watch every single game. I don't care if it's Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia. I'm watching that match. I don't care if it's, give me another one, Iraq, who are like big minnows in the World Cup. I'm trying to think of the groups. Bosnia versus Canada. I do not care. I'm watching everything. You get what I'm saying? So drink it in. But most importantly, over the next 3 weeks, we have 21 exact days left in May. We will finally see Arsenal win the Premier League title for the first time in 22 years. As I always say, I was 11 years old the last time it happened. Now I'm 33. So I think it's only fair that we enjoy. But my word, I did not realize how many people hated Arsenal. I thought we were like we're the club everybody loved before, like Henry, Culture Club of London, first club to field all the black players, all our legends. Like we're just tapped in. So I don't get it. Is it that like all our upstart will be banter club forever? And when they used to clown us for our shit defending, all of a sudden, now everybody's really upset. But I didn't realize just how much people hated Arsenal. And honestly, it makes me even more proud. Because all of you that gaslit us all year, over the past 3 seasons when we finished second, even the year before when Conte pipped us to the Champions League spot, or the 2 years before when we finished 8th, you guys now claim that you were scared the Arsenal fans do too much. Well, guess what, lads? You have awoken the beast. And I promise you, if you think you've seen a lot already, what you're going to see this summer, just prep and strap up to live in a world where Arsenal fans are the most insufferable human beings in the world for an entire summer. World Cup or no World Cup, it's not going to distract us. When the World Cup is over, Arsenal will still be the Premier League champions, whether you like it or not. And for the whole of next season, we're going to be the Premier League champions. And nobody will be able to say that it's been 22 years or who's been on the drought. Man United, I'm looking at you. You're going to be the next top 5 club with a bloody long drought. Yeah? And it's already 13 years and counting. Since you guys want to gas yourselves up about what's potentially coming your way. Chelsea, next year is going to be a decade since your last Premier League title. So let's get excited, yeah? Liverpool City, I'll leave you for now. You know, my own mates, we're very, very excited for where we belong. But I just want all you ops to know, if you think we're insufferable right now, oh my God, where's my parade outfit? I'll show you on the next few episodes. We're going to deal with you guys. You're going to drink Arsenal tears so much. If you think potentially losing a Champions League final is going to piss us off, you have no idea what we've been going through for the last 22 years. What do people do? Smelling opinions. I promise you nothing. We're like Teflon. And yesterday, to see the energy people had, all of a sudden, people with brains have turned to idiots. They've seen a foul, but it's not a foul because it's Arsenal. God is judging every and any one of you. And guess what? When we're done, oh my God, you wish Arsenal never won this title. You'll be praying there was no VAR. You'll be wishing that West Ham equalizer stood last night. Because my God, the amount of takes and armchair pundits I've seen who all of a sudden know the IFAB laws and want to ref the game better than the actual PGMOL. We're just getting started, baby. So yes, yesterday Arsenal beat West Ham United by 1-0. And officially we just need what? 2 wins from Burnley at home next week. We have 7 days to prepare. No more playing games every 4 days. And I have to say, I've probably had one of the best past few weeks of my life. The same day I started a job in one of these companies, obviously Arsenal made it to the Champions League final. My parents are in town for summer for a little bit, and good things have just been coming. So all I want to say, anybody, if you're going through a tough time or whatever it is, just remember the phrase, a moving man will always meet his luck or his target. Keep going, keep persevering, and everything will come your way. In fact, because the community, I love the community, I don't want to lie. The reason why I was late is I went to go and run. Because I finished work and I was like, no, Olu, you're not going to be lazy. We're going to run that 6 kilometers before we come and give the people what they need. So we're going to keep moving it. So I promise you guys, the same way God has been blessing me and bringing joy. Imagine, as I was leaving Sweden, after we watched the game, just as we were about to board the flight, I got the notification that Callum Wilson has scored. I said, oh my God, I started listening to TalkSport. As I was in the queue about to enter the plane, that was when I got the notification that VAR have canceled the goal. And I was able to download a few tweets at The Athletic so I could read all the tears of everybody while I was on the plane on my way back to London. And then guess what? I spent the whole night overdosing on everybody's tears. I watched Match of the Day. There is no YouTube, no podcast I have not seen. And guess what, guys? We're just getting started. So prepare yourself. The same way they say before and after. Just remember in football parlance, you're going to remember the time before Arsenal won a league title after 22 years and the time after. Because when Arsenal fans are done with you guys are going to hate us forever. One lie to lie. I'm telling you. And you all deserve it. All of you that were in my comments saying bottle for the past few weeks, I told you guys to calm down. LV, all of you. I remember all of you. Adeola, where all of them? Arsenal, kings of bottles. Where are you now? Where are all of you now? I need all of you right to the front. Because when we're done with you guys, that parade, May 31st, Sunday, it's going to be one for the books. Oh, my God. The kind of joy that is wounding me here. God help you guys. And then God help you, we now add champions. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Ateta, God will bless you and your entire family and your entire lineage for what you have done to my football club. The house that Wenger built has now been furnished excellently by Mikel Arteta. You've already given us our best day at the Emirates Stadium last week, Tuesday. Literally not even up to 7 days ago. And you're telling me that in 2 weeks' time, either at Selhurst Park or Emirates, I'm going to see my team lift the Premier League title. Arteta, God will bless you. Oh, my God. Whatever you desire, hey, you will receive in Jesus' name, I'm telling you. So anyway, we're back and we're better. And Arsenal about to be Premier League champions. So everybody, please cry. Make sure you are in there. Cry. I want to see all the tears. Every single drop. Every single tear duct. I'm telling you, I want to see it all. If there are no tears, squeeze it out. And guess what? We'll bring the buckets, as I've seen online. In fact, wherever you want, cups. Oh, do you want cups? Do you want bottles? We have it all for you, I promise you. We're gonna be there. And I promise you, me and this my big mouth, we're just getting started. I promise you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Jesus, for today. Hallelujah. Welcome to the congregation today. And we're going to have a fantastic show. By the way, West Ham, I felt so bad for having to put you through that because I actually want you to survive. Tottenham at the moment, it's 0-0, almost halftime, 0-0 for 2 minutes gone. But don't worry. I still have a feeling Leeds have something for us. Don't worry, West Ham. You just might still survive. Let's see if you can go to St. James's next week and figure it out. I don't know. But I know you get to play Leeds or your final game of the season with nothing on the books. So we shall see how it goes. So anyway, thanks again and welcome to all 36 of you back to the live stream. Like I said earlier, 251. This is episode 251. Shout out for all the support over the past 250 episodes. I'm sure anybody that can even think about doing 250 episodes, talk less of the fact that they're well over an hour. I'm sure you can imagine the amount of work and the amount of prep that goes into doing 250 shows for you guys solo dolo. If nobody would tell me, okay, I'm proud of myself. Thank you. You have turned the year around. You have gone to AFCON. You've met Victor Osimhen. You've gone to Sweden. You've got a full-time job again in a company you admire, and you are 22 pounds down, and you will keep going, and you have run 250 episodes of this podcast, minus all the previews, reviews, live watch-alongs of games, by the way. All of those don't count. I'm sure I've probably done at least 400 episodes for everybody's listening pleasure. Then someone will now come in my comments last week and tell me that I always try and abuse Nigeria. It remains small. I almost slapped somebody online last week. After I now reposted, he now said, well, this is the first time I saw you. So anybody, Sha, all I'm saying is to do 400 episodes about Nigeria when you have Gusau and Azamen making your life a headache, which you don't have to do, and it's a passion project that barely pays me anything, if I'm being honest. Shout out to community. But the truth of the matter is, based on what we've sunk into doing this podcast, was what we've realized. We've not even realized 10% of the cost of production of over the years. But you guys know I do this for the love of the game. I love my football. I love my country. I love my club. And I love this community and talking about football. So thank you for the past 250. And let's get it for the next 250. I'm going to go through comments, but I'm also going to try and make sure I keep the show concise so we could dine on. Oh my God, that's a pen. Ref. Offside. Oh my God. Did you see that? Cavalier. Oh. I actually have a soft spot for Cavalier. But anyway, shout out to everybody. And I want to thank you guys for the support and for rocking with me. Like I said, if you see the hospitality shown to me in Sweden yesterday, it's all because of you guys in the community. In fact, one of my bosses, obviously, the company I work for is linked to Sweden in a way. So she even said her husband was a big fan of the team that Zadok Yohanna's team got battered by. But lovely atmosphere. If you see the fan culture in Sweden, guys, I went to watch a match in Stockholm. Population is 8 million. That means the population is not even up to Lagos mainland. I saw families at the game. I saw kids. I saw people with their girlfriends at the match. You could tell that the whole city is embedded into the football infrastructure of Stockholm. And then, of course, I saw the billboards with Zadok Yohanna. What a wonderful thing to see. Honestly, it was brilliant. So shout out to everybody, and I just want to say a big thank you to the community. Okay, before I ramble too much, I think that was an epic intro. Yeah, man. Shout out to me. So anyway, today's episode, we're going to go through the standout performers of the week. As usual, we've got quite a few exciting updates to bring to people. And of course, our superstar has clinched the title yet again in Turkey. So that's exciting to talk about. Also, I've got a few updates for everybody's listening pleasure about Akor, who has gotten closer to scoring his 10th league goal of the season. Umar Sadiq also had a great week. Maduka Okoye with another record, which I'm going to bring to everybody's listening pleasure. And then, of course, Chiamaka or Nnadozie. She keeps doing amazing things in WSL, and her career keeps going from strength to strength. Oh, no, he was just offside. Tottenham, you lucky bastards. Guys, do you see the VAR? Did you see the VAR check? Oh, my God, Cavalier. Literally, like, if his shoe size was like 2 sizes smaller, that would be the pen. Ooh, doggy. Anyway, like I said, and then I've got an update on Chiamaka and Nnadozie. And then after that, we'll do Starboy of the week as usual. And then I want to bring you an update because the Falconets, the under-20 team, have qualified for the Women's World Cup taking place later this year. So excited about that. And then, of course, the weekend player reviews, and then we'll do the ones to watch because there's quite a few exciting games for everybody to listen to and watch. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the community. Shout out to everybody in the community. Let me go do the comments before we start. Shout out to Mr. Nihat. Congratulations, Galatasaray, on your 4th straight league title, 27th overall. We're going to get through it. Thank you, Nigeria Football News. Shout out to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Vontae B, good to see you, bro. Says Mr. Olu, congrats to Arsenal on this year's Premier League title. Thank you very much. There's no banter again next year, man. I'm a champion. Ain't no banter that's going to hit. I'm telling you. In fact, you guys need to go and mourn the last 10 years you've had of trying to mock Arsenal, because I promise you, what did Nnadozie say on that song? Things are not the same as before. Now I can feel like Arsenal is the Arsenal that I grew up in my childhood about. When we used to show up to games with Thierry Henry, yeah, then it's Beckham, Robert Perez. Oh my God, Bobby Perez. I think Robert Perez is the most disrespected legend in football. People were not there watching Robert Perez for Arsenal, man. Number 7. Let me tell you, now the Arsenal, we packed that thing again. There's no banter, nothing that can enter. Look, and just get me started. When we're done winning this Premier League title, you're going to see me having some very egregious conversations. Gabriel and Saliba, I know the work you've been doing the past 4 or 5 years together, my boys. We're going to put you in discussions you need to be in. God help you if you win the Champions League as well. The agenda go long. Just wait. Decky boy, Declan Rice, just win me the Premier League and win me that Champions League. We were going to push that Ballon d'Or for you. You don't worry about that. Just do the work. In fact, just for you, Declan Rice, I might even wish England well in the World Cup. I might actually dust off my passport and actually support the Ops for one tournament. Because where we're coming and where we're going, ain't no better next year, I tell you that. Better pray Burnley can save you somehow. I'm telling you. Because I promise you, hey, this world will not be able to rest when Arsenal fans are true with all of you. And then you now gaslight us even more. Bottle. Even the media, they'll be going to go and bring that bald-headed bitch-ass Man City fan. Go and be showing him on TV. That one too, carrying his long, bald, ugly face. Whoa. Now your team have done shit now. Where's your hiding face? You little shit. Don't worry, we're coming for all of you. I promise you. Charles, good to see you, my bro. Said, man, Chelsea has fallen behind. Oh, you're just realizing. You're just realizing you're falling behind. You went to go and win glorified preseason cup. You say you're the best team in the world. Now you're realizing who's really the king of the castles, right? Well, we're done with you people. And then Liverpool, don't even get me started. I even thought you guys are not that bad. But then you let your manager let you get outplayed by a novice who's not even as good as Liam Rossinier. Oh my God, smelling. Man United, I like that fall from grace. You had to go and play Sunderland. You're even lucky, yeah? Don't worry, you're lucky. Those stupid British football writers, that they're real Arsenal haters. You should have seen them on their accounts retweeting bad news about Arsenal yesterday. You're lucky they split the vote between Raya, Gabriel, and Rice. When we're done with you guys, Credit and Lati. Hey, I go play Ashake so much. Oh, I'm gonna overdose on joy. We're just getting started. Jackson! Hey, I didn't see Jackson. How you feeling, man? Finally, 22 years is here. It's here, man. We're gonna overpay everywhere, red. I promise you, my brother. Don't worry. God is good all the time. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate the congratulations, but job's not finished. It's almost finished. But Burnley, I'll see you in a week time. Yeah, we'll do next week's episode 1 hour earlier at 7 o'clock so we can watch Arsenal Burnley fully. Because I need to make sure I'm fully focused on my Prem title. It's been a long time. Jackson says, well done, Olu. You are doing well. Agbola, it is what? Who gives a fuck about Agbola? That was just look. Any of those people you see on TalkSport that's not Martin Keown, Simon Jordan, or Jim White that used to be on Sky Sports. The rest are there to just troll us. That's their job, to say rubbish that makes people argue and just talk. The more eyeballs, the more advertising revenue, and the more ads they can sell. That's the business model. It's not Gabi Agbonlao today that I'm going to listen to. Did Gabi Agbonlao ever win a trophy in his career? Someone that I remember his highest point was with Martin O'Neill when Ashley Young was in the Villa team, when they'll finish 6th in the Premier League, and that'll be the greatest achievement. Is Gabi Agbonlao I should listen to about what celebrating too much is or not? And the idiot was talking so stupidly that 2 days later, Aston Villa qualified for the Europa League final. Did you see them celebrating? So let me tell you, don't listen to these brain dead and idiots. Anyone that you see that's trying to troll you. This is why I always say on this channel, the banter to an extent, but we must bring the facts. Because trust me, talk sport, ignore those bombs. They're all rubbish. I like them sometimes, especially if like a good thing is I'm to Arsenal, because I could just overdose on like people being annoyed. Even Tottenham fans being annoyed. Meanwhile, Arsenal beating West Ham did them a favor. And those bombs are not even beating Leeds. In fact, I hope they bottle it today. They deserve it. Very smelly, useless club. Concert FC. Rubbish. Oh, when we're done, they're going to be... John Jones, good to see... Oh, obviously, John Jones, wow. You are right. This guy is going to oppress us for 20 years. God, I beg. If Arsenal is EPL and UCL, I'm going to move to Mars. John Jones, just start preparing your flight ticket to Mars. Don't worry. We don't even need UCL. Just give me the Prem. Let me just touch that Premier League. Baby, they bet 22. Do you know what that means? Every Arsenal fan 25 and under, they've never seen Arsenal win the league title. At least me, I watched two with my eyes. Sylvain Wilton at Old Trafford when I was 9 years old. 2011. I mean, when I was 11 years old, 2004, my goats, Thierry Henry, the king. At least I've seen it. But for my 25-year-olds and under, I need you guys to oppress these people badly. We're just getting started, baby. We're just getting started, baby. I'm telling you. Cheryl, there's nothing to relax. Please talk to me nice. I've been nice to you all year, but no, please get out of here. Someone's telling me I should relax. Your team is useless and in 10th or 12th position, my team's about to win league. You're telling me relax. Don't let me act like black women in England do, where they get triggered if you tell them to relax. You say, I'm waiting for you. Wait, call, wait me. Rubbish. We have serious plates, Jackson, my bro, man. Teams are being very useless. They're still being allowed to talk anyhow, like they have moral authority over football. My friend, get in line. I'll invite you if I feel like it. See their mouths. Your team is bummy. You are telling me story. Aaron, good to see you, bro. Hello, long time no see. Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. Thanks, guys. I will not confirm or deny, but we thank God for the blessings. May everything continue to work out. And we thank God for great companies and great alignment, especially with all the stuff I love with. I mean, everyone knows me. I'm a big music fan. I always say, apart from football, my first podcast idea was probably on music. So I pray for you, my space, please. Don't worry. Tough times never last. Tough people do. A moving man will always meet his target. Even last year, the podcast saved my life, to be honest, because even after I had an issue with one of my previous jobs, it was the podcast that was keeping me sane and growing. But anyway, everything happens for a reason. And I promise you that you're always going to be okay. So just keep shining and you are going to figure it out. Yeah? Take that word and you're blessed in Jesus' name. Shout out to you. Kehinde says, we already bought 20 tickets. I hope we will see in Warsaw. Kehinde, I wish I could come to that game. But unfortunately, because of my new job, I have to be in a location. So I won't be able to come to Warsaw for that Poland match. I will still try and see if I can do a live stream for the game. Obviously, I'll do a preview and a review, but my hands are tied due to work commitments. At the end of the day, that's what's paying me and, making me live my life. Nigeria Football Weekly is not big enough yet to pay my bills and help me live my life. In fact, at the moment, it does not even pay for up to 10% of my bills alone. So I wish I could have come, but unfortunately, I have to make certain strategic decisions. In fact, even going to Sweden yesterday and getting the press pass was lovely. But I've made a decision. I'm not going to any game to watch any Nigeria player if I'm not able to meet them. I was able to meet Victor Osimhen, our best player. I'm not going to Madrid to see Lookman if I don't see them. Myself, I know small. I have time. I have things to do. So honestly, if I'm not able to see a player, at least shake their hands after making the effort, paying for flights myself, getting a press pass, going over there, logging equipment, and I can't even say hello, or they can't even come out and say hello. Injured or not, I'm sorry. I'm not going anywhere. So any other place I'm going to, apart from Nigeria national team, unless I'm sure I can meet the player, I could meet Victor Osimhen, our biggest star. Then it's the other ones I cannot meet. Myself, I should respect myself now. It's like Whiskey or Burna Boy already give you cosign. Then Joe Boy is doing Shakara for you. I like Joe Boy. That was an unnecessary story. But you get my points. And also, right now, Shaka is my guy. Starboy. I'm waiting for that Osimhen. I'll put it there. It'll arrive by this weekend. So we'll look out for that. Adnan, good to see you, bro. Your team is almost at the finish line. You're right. Run through the tapes. I'm ready. What joke did the show crack now again that I cannot stand up? Oh, look, this super cooking, you can't finish it, is the promise. She'll read that, retype that comments. I'm not sure I understand. Your super cooking, you cannot finish. Wait, who's top of Premier League? Am I going mad? See me, see these haters. You cannot remove our joy at all, my friend. Anyway, drink water is good for you. That's what keeps your skin clear. This is all natural, no pimples. You see? Badura to the Lord. Hallelujah. Alrighty, let's talk some football. And I know we'll get to the Arsenal part and people will talk again. Standout performance of the week. My Niger boy said, oh, okay, don't worry. I'm going to make sure this weekend is a fantastic one for you. We already know you got the joy during the week, both Job and both Champions League. And then this weekend to watch Arsenal do that. God, thank you for looking out for me. You know what we've been through. But you said we will never lack. And you always guide us. And God, I thank you for these dopamine hits for these next few weeks and months. I made sustain for the whole year. Joy. What did Oshake say on Amen? Ami. Meaningful joy. Mini. Yeah. Hey, that's me. Ami. Ami. By the way, anybody that don't like Oshake's album, I think you're a liar. Go and listen to Oshake's album. That's the album I've listened to the most already since Morale. Me and Oshake were like this. So when I went to Paris to go and see him, oh, please, guys, go and listen to that Chicago album and bring some joy into your life. What else do we got? Jack said, all the Chelsea fans don't know what's coming. Jack said, don't even mind those ones. I'm telling you, they're not serious at all. Well, like I said, this is a nice rearranging back of the usual pecking order. For those Chelsea fans too young to know, before 2004, the hierarchy of the Premier League was very simple. Manchester United number 1, Arsenal number 2, Liverpool number 3 due to their legacy. Because they had won the most titles before Alex Ferguson started bringing them back. But I promise you, if you go and look at the records and the tapes, there's a reason why they call us the Red Cabal. Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool have been, and always will be the 3 most important clubs in Great Britain. Whether you like it or not. That's just the way it goes. Whether you like it or not. Man City 2008, it changed. Chelsea fans prior to 2004, yes, you won a couple FA Cups, a couple UEFA Cups. But like I told you guys before, prior to Abramovich coming, the last time you won a league title was in the 60s. And guess what? Now that Abramovich has left, I think it's time to realize you're not going to win a league title for 40 years. Blue whatever, we don't give a damn. You guys are in big shit. So, in fact, I'm going to stop giving you people grace of even talking to you like people that have sense. Because I see that you people are determined to keep saying rubbish and nonsense. Because you act like football has been played for only 22 years. So I'm going to start treating you guys like people with very, very less and very, very shallow ball knowledge. Till I see people come here and talk with sense. Because the more I see it, honestly, like, especially with how joyful I am and I don't give a shit, I feel like it's time to really press the agenda on you people's necks. Because people are disrespectful, as far as I'm concerned. Your club is literally sliding and disgracing big clubs. And you are here thinking about Arsenal. Like, it's disgusting. Like, if when you're dating somebody, do you think so much about who other people are dating? Like, I don't get the obsession with Arsenal. Like, it's too much. Like, I know we're important. We've always been important. But my God, you guys have a great way of reminding us of how much we belong. So just get ready. So as I said, anyway, there's a readdressing of the pile. Man United, we'll see what happens next year. They always have false dawns. But you could argue that Liverpool are still a juggernaut. They won 2 league titles in the last 6 seasons. You can't knock that. For the last 7 seasons, fair play. Won the Champions League 2019. They won the most Champions Leagues of all the English clubs. Liverpool are certified. They're stamped. That will never, ever go away. Liverpool and Man United both have 20 league titles. That's facts. It can never be taken away from them. Liverpool and Man, you have no problem with them. No problem. After that, Arsenal, we're on course to win our 14th league title, which I think is quite timely after 22 years. You know, in the name of the jersey of Thierry Henry. I think it's very fine. So our 14th league title is on the way, which will be our 4th Premier League title in this era specifically. And then let's see if we get the first champs or not. But also, so we got 14 FA Cups. And whether anybody likes to or not, whether they live in Singapore, London, Lagos, Lahore, Lanzarote, Las Vegas, we don't give a damn. Everybody knows Arsenal's importance on the totem pole. So the rest of you, who did I leave out of the top 6? Man City, they're still begging for relevance till today. That's why all you bums are still begging for a team to win the league. Do you know that if Man City won the league, they'll win their 9th Premier League title? Man United have 13 Premier League titles. You guys hate Arsenal so much because of how important we are. You don't realize that you're happy for Man City just be cantabbing all of you bummy clubs. Who again is there? Tottenham, we don't ever speak about those bums as the Villa have already replaced them. So I just want all of you to know where you sit on the totem pole. Chelsea fans, I'm telling you, go and check your history. Go and check your history when Dennis Wise was your captain. Go and check. Because I see a lot of you, especially in Nigeria, it's where Mikel Obi signed for Chelsea, right? You started supporting Chelsea. So it's as if there's amnesia of your information about your club. You don't know where Celestine Babayaro used to play for Chelsea, where he used to finish 6th and 5th. Autoglass sponsorship, core sponsorship. I'll remind you very well. So pipe down. What to drink? Pipe down. If you think this is me being shameless, wait till I have my Premier League title in 2 weeks' time. In fact, I may even ban all Chelsea fans from ever commenting till they give updates on their club and how useless they are first. Because the team you thought you use as escape, things are not the same as before, baby. You're gonna have to deal with the world when Arsenal have won the Premier League again. I got up if we had the Champions League. How many league titles those bombs have? 6 in a 100-year span. In fact, I can't believe I'm wasting my spit on them. Disgusting. Anyway, startup performance of the week. Shout out to everybody. Everybody respect themselves. Like I said, sharpest mouth. I'll bring you this information, but you cook my club, I cook you too. God bless everybody. Exactly, Jackson. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Henri said the Unforgettables. I haven't had the song ringing in my head. In fact, Unforgettables, Immortals. Just bring me my title. We're going to be having some serious discussions. Shout out to the gang. Anyway, startup performance of the week. Everybody. I mean, we can only start in one place. Victor Osimhen. What can I say? Victor Osimhen officially won the league title on Saturday after Galatasaray beat Antalyaspor by 4-2 at Rams Park to clinch their 4th consecutive league title and their 27th league title in the history of Turkish football. As for Victor Osimhen himself, it was his 2nd consecutive league title for Galatasaray since he signed for them. And it was also the 3rd league title win of his career over the past 4 seasons and since he started his career. That means since the start of the 2022/2023 season, Osimhen has only failed to win the league title in one season, which was 2023-2024, when Napoli put up a Hall of Shame defense of their Serie A title. So very, 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 very amazing moment for Victor Osimhen. And I want you guys to hear the achievements in Turkey so far. I mean, first of all, we have to say what a game that was. After going to Rams Park 2 weeks ago, I was watching the match thinking, Galatasaray, what are you doing? Last week, they lost to Samsunspor 4-1 away. And I kid you not, I thought Galatasaray were about to try and play with my mind again. Antalyaspor scored just before halftime to make it 1-0. And then in 55th minutes, Myra Lemina equalized after receiving a header back from Yilmaz to make it 1-1. And then chaos ensued. A foul happened with Lucas Torreira handling the ball just outside of the box. And if you see the fantastic free kick that Antalyaspor wiped straight into the back of the net to make it 2-1 for Antalyaspor. Mind you, all Galatasaray needed to do was win this game because there's only one game left. If they had lost this match, they would have remained just 1 point ahead of Fenerbahce despite that win 2 weeks ago, which means that they would have had to win next week, and they've still given a chance for Fenerbahce to win their first title since the year 2014. So a lot was at stake. Once that free kick went in, I said, Galatasaray, what is all this? We've hyped you up and we've mentioned how you have a league title to win. And now you're telling me you're about to mess it up. Can you fix up? But lo and behold, thankfully, Victor Osimhen took over the game. Now, I have to say, mainly after the free kick by Antalyaspor, Victor Osimhen won a penalty for Galatasaray. A bit of a soft penalty, I have to say, but there was still enough contact for it to be given. But if you see the penalty that was overturned in the Champions League semi-final first leg, when they said Eberechi Eze, there was not enough for that penalty, then I think this one was even slightly softer, it must be said. But it was still a penalty. And to me, even the Eze one was a penalty. What I love about this is Osimhen took responsibility, grabbed the ball, and his teammates wanted him to take the ball. And straight after, he dispatched the spot kick with the great penalty. And it was 2-2. Now, they almost messed up on the night. Can you imagine? It was 2-2 until the 87th minute of the match. I said, Galatasaray, Kilele, what is wrong with you guys? Just get the job done. Obviously, you've seen all the celebrations. You've seen everybody Osimhen brought into Rams Park. And I was like, how the hell is this not going to happen again? But amazingly, Osimhen said, after all my preparation for tonight, you guys are not going to ruin my party. 87th minute, Galatasaray go on the attack again, and Noah Lang plays a fantastic cut back straight to Victor Osimhen, and he turns around and tries to literally backheel the ball straight into the net. It bounces off an Antalyaspor defender and goes straight to the back of the net. 3-2, the whole of Rams Park goes ballistic. And obviously, for me, now that I've been to Rams Park, every time I watch these guys, I feel like I have a direct understanding of the way they're going crazy or what they're doing in those stadiums. So it's just amazing to see and see the vibe. As if that was not enough, there was a final clincher and stoppage time after great work by Mario Cardi, and he just passed the ball straight to Ari Khan, who slotted into the net and made it 4-2. Immediately he scored. Osimhen and the entire team just ran onto the pitch. And can you blame them? A football season is always a long, long time. It starts in August, and you end up slugging it out for well over 9 months. And then all of a sudden, you have the moment to have your crown achievement. And honestly, boy, was it an amazing party to see for Galatasaray. As I said, it was their 4th straight league title, their 27th overall title, Victor Osimhen's 2nd league title himself for Galatasaray, back to back. And of course, it was his 3rd trophy in just 2 seasons at Galatasaray. And just an amazing achievement for him. You know, you have to say that at this point, if a player has won 3 league titles in his past 4 years and 4 trophies in that same span of time, he is a serial winner by all accounts. It's a shame he has a bronze medal and a silver medal playing for Nigeria, but all indications and the drive tells me that that gold medal in AFCON is coming very, very soon for Ijaya Lucio soon. So congratulations for that absolute wonderful performance. And just so you know how Osimhen contributed to their performance this season, his 2025-2026 record for Galatasaray is as follows. He played 22 games in the Super League out of 33 games. He started just 22. He only played 22, not even started. So his injury record was not the best as usual. But he scored 15 goals. 15 goals scored and 5 assists. So that is 20 goals or assists in just 22 games. The guy is a machine. Crazy enough, he also got eight yellow cards in 22 games, which is kind of crazy. That means he was averaging a one yellow card every 3 games. For a striker, you have to admit, that's a little like... come on, why do you have 8 yellow cards? You're not a defensive midfielder, bro. In the Turkish Cup, he played 1 match, which was the final match when they went out. So they didn't concern him with that. Most importantly, where Victor Osimhen shone and really showed his skill was in the Champions League, where he played 10 matches, scored 7 goals, got 3 assists, was man of the match 4 times, and that means he got 10 goal or assists in 10 matches for Galatasaray, as he finally took them to the round of 16 for the first time in their club history for 12 years. The last time they made it that far was in 2014. So that was amazing to see for his 2026 record. Overall, he ended up with 22 goals and 8 assists, which means that he has 30 GA in just 33 games. Pretty much a goal or assist in every game he plays for Galatasaray. Now, we have to caveat the fact that even in the Champions League, playing massively amazing opposition, he got 10 GA in 10 games. And in the league, he got 20 GA in 22 games. Yes, we could have said, okay, in the Turkish Super League, he's playing very mediocre opposition. And you have to admit, apart from when he plays Besiktas, Trabzonspor, Fenerbahce, maybe Godsepe, a lot of the defenders Osimhen is playing in, they're not his level. He's better than all of them. But when you see the performance in the Champions League as well, you have to say that this is a player that you could even accept has added a few strings to his bow as a football player. So just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful achievement. Fingers crossed he can be fit for longer, because after playing just 22 of the 3 league games, we know that he could have done even more and gotten closer to 30 goals, which he scored in his debut season last year, So that's really, really amazing to see. I mean, just to give you an idea of his record for Galatasaray, he scored 22 goals for them this year. But last season, Victor Osimhen scored 37 goals for Galatasaray. 37 goals for Galatasaray. So last year, he was fit the entire season. He was playing on loan, and he played his heart out. He was the top goal scorer. He won the double. He did everything. Yes, they didn't have any Champions League to play, but I love the fact that this year he's now got the Champions League, and he showed that he's still a star player of the highest caliber and the highest order. Overall, Galatasaray record, he's got 59 goals and 16 assists in 74 games, which means he has 75 goals or assists in literally 74 games. And 90 yellow cards, which is just tripping me because I don't understand why a striker has that many yellow cards. It's like, what are we doing? Yellow card every 3.8 games. Now, the one thing to clarify, look, Victor Osimhen is his own grown man and he decides to do what he wants to do for himself. After the match on Saturday, he went on live for a long time. I was thanking a lot of people and, giving comments. All I'll say is he mentioned that next year we go again and we keep coming and we keep going again. So it looks like he wants to be in Galatasaray forever. So good luck to him. Look, me, I love Osimhen as a player. As long as he keeps delivering for Nigeria, I'll be happy. And he does it in the Champions League, I'll be happy. Wherever he wants to be and where he feels comfortable and he has the love, that's good for him. But the truth of the matter is, me as someone who wants the best for Nigerian players, it does leave a sad taste in my mouth if he ends up staying at Galatasaray, just because it's not every day you have a player of Victor Osimhen's quality and caliber playing for Nigeria. And while his mates are playing Champions League finals and Champions League semi-finals and playing for the best clubs in the biggest leagues where you make the Champions League semi-final and finals all the time, like Hakimi and Co., the truth of the matter is, if you play for Galatasaray, there's only so much you can achieve based on the ceiling. Yes, you win the Turkish league every time, but as I've said numerous times before, and I showed the coefficients last week, it is still the 9th best league in Europe for a reason. Number 9, there are 8 leagues better than the Turkish Super League in Europe, including the Dutch Eredivisie, including the Belgian League, where Oyedika is about to win the league title, and including the Portuguese League, which Teremofi has just won a league title. So from that perspective, it just leaves me sad that it seems like he's a bit too comfortable to make that move to the biggest of the biggest clubs where, he could actually get even more exposure, win more things, and become even more prominent in the football world. But maybe Osimhen just likes being the best player in the environment. The truth of the matter is, like I've said before, Turkey, they still cannot believe Victor Osimhen is in their league. Prior to Victor Osimhen signing for them, the biggest transfer in the history of the Turkish Super League was Yusuf El-Nesiri, the Moroccan striker. Fenerbahce paid 17.5 million euros for his services a few years ago. Victor Osimhen and Galatasaray broke the record from 17.5 million euros to 75 million euros cash. Till today, I'm not sure if that's paid in installments, how much of that has been paid. And they said they'll pay Victor Osimhen 250,000 euros a week. And there's favorable tax laws in Turkey. But the truth of the matter is, when you look at the outlay of Victor Osimhen alone, it is more money than Galatasaray generates in revenue as a club. How much do they make from the Turkish Super League? Champions League is what gives a team like Galatasaray money. By making the round of 16, they would have probably banked 80 or 90 million pounds. Fair enough. But when a club's previous transfer record was less than 17.5 million euros, and they're used to signing players that are just about to leave the prime of their career, and then they garnish them with the best Turkish talent, all of a sudden, having someone like Osimhen on your hands is too good to be true. They can't believe it. So, of course, they're going to treat him like a god. You could see why. And honestly, I enjoy the benefits. Like when we're in Turkey, everywhere you go, you say, oh, you know Osimhen or you're Nigerian. They treat you with a level of respect. But the truth of the matter is, while all of that is nice, the truth of the matter is the Premier League is still the pinnacle of domestic football, or La Liga, or playing for the best clubs, the top super clubs. And Victor Osimhen has the talent to play, not even potential. As he is right now, he's only 27 years old till December. Right now, Victor Osimhen can start for almost any club in football. And that is why it just makes me a bit sad that it seems like he may remain in Rams Park. But I would love if he would come and dine with his mates. Let's see you come and play against Gabriel and Saliba or with them. Let's see you play against Margay. Let's see you against Ruben Diaz. Let's see you against the big boys, Esri Konsa. If his lifestyle, Osimhen, you will enjoy London. There's no concert you will not go to. Trust me, I know how much you love music because I saw him even thanking for La and Co. But look, I'm not here to try and convince a grown man what to do with his career. He clearly knows what he wants for himself. As long as he keeps delivering for the Super Eagles and he wins me an Africa Cup of Nations and he guarantees that we go to a World Cup in 2030, we know he's going to break Yekini's record already. That would be amazing to see. But I just wanted to say, because I think it's my duty as a podcaster and a journalist to just say my opinion on what I feel. Obviously, I'm grateful for the love and everything, but I'm not going to be objective. So we're very, very excited for Osimhen. Congratulations for the title, and what a fantastic achievement. And honestly, seeing the love the Galatasaray supporters and Turkey have for you is amazing to see. But honestly, me personally, if you stay there, amazing for you too. But the truth is, I would rather come and see you do it in the Premier League or La Liga. You've conquered Serie A. You did well enough in League One. I think there's only two places for you, La Liga or the Prem. Unless Harry Kane somehow leaves Bayern, and that spot is free. But I can't see Bayern and Harry Kane breaking their relationship. They look too happy together. So let's see how it goes. So anyway, congratulations to Victor Osimhen for a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic win and for winning the trophy. Anyway, so much more to achieve. So we'll see how it goes. The one good thing to mention is whatever happens, Galatasaray have qualified for next year's Champions League. So we'll see Osimhen in the Champions League next year regardless. So that's good. You people know my Champions League agenda. We'll see how it goes. So let's all keep going. Also, if he stays in Turkey, he needs to retake the golden boots from Polonuachu. But I sincerely hope he's just saying it for saying the right thing reasons. I still believe that the Galatasaray fans, they should bow and kiss your feet for the fact you even played for them as a 26-year-old and 27-year-old in his prime. The truth of the matter is, if you had a better agent, it would have never happened. But sometimes God works in mysterious ways and things happen for the right reasons. And honestly, I love that for you. But my brother, let's step it up. That's my hope for the summer. Because I know how much I was defending your name when we were watching you in Serie A tearing it up. And I'll be hearing some disrespectful people in this Great Britain insulting your name like you're some bummy striker and not one of the kings of this game we all watch and love. So shout out to you and congratulations on the title. Also, another stand-up performer for the week, I have to say, Akor Adams. Oh my God, Akor Adams, thank you so much. Akor Adams came off the bench for Sevilla and scored the winning goal for them in a comeback victory over Espanyol on Saturday. Sevilla moved to 13th place in La Liga, but just 3 points above relegation zone. As I told you about La Liga, go and look at everybody in La Liga that is 7th and below. What a bummy league. We're just giving them the respect because of Barcelona, Madrid, and Atletico. But you have to say that their talent-wise level this year has been really, really poor and really, really shit. But anyway, it's been a great turnaround for Sevilla. They've now won their last 2 games, and it's been a big turnaround now that they've won those 2 games. Alex Sanchez initially had a goal disallowed just at the start of the second half. And to make matters worse, Sevilla conceded to Espanyol in the 55th minute with a fantastic header by Castrin. Actually, it wasn't a header. This centre-back from Espanyol, he took the ball and dribbled through like 40 yards of the pitch. Like, he dribbled like 3 players and slotted the ball past the goalkeeper. I was like, what the hell? But then, as if they were about to lose this game until the 82nd minute of the match. And then that's when Castrin then scored the equalizer. So that's what made it 1-1. And then Akor Adams in stoppage time, literally Route 1 football. Alexis Sanchez touched the ball, but he didn't control it properly. And then the ball dropped straight for Akor Adams right in front of the penalty box. Not quite in the penalty box, but literally by where that circle is just before the penalty area. And Akor Adams scored a fantastic FIFA finish. You know, the Thierry Henry special, where you just curl it straight into the bottom of the net. Honestly, I love the goal. And one thing I like about Akor Adams, I love a striker that has good celebrations. It tells me that he knows his importance to football, and he's going to continue to do the right things he needs to do. Like, Akor Adams just took his shirt off, took the yellow card. And now for my agenda, you guys know me, I've been very consistent. I wanted Akor Adams to score 10 goals in La Liga. Thankfully, he now has 9 league goals in La Liga. Yes, 3 are penalties, and he's got 3 assists. But he now has 3 games to score that final goal to make it double digits for the season. Unfortunately for Sevilla, their final 3 games are very difficult. They play Villarreal away, who are currently 3rd in La Liga. They finish the season away against Celta Vigo, who are still pushing for Europe. And their final home game, which will be played in 2 weeks, is against Real Madrid at home. Now, you have to admit, Real Madrid are very bummy, especially letting themselves lose the La Liga title on their rivals' head top, at Camp Nou. What a disgrace. But I think even just for the sake of not causing a riot in Madrid, they need to end the season well enough, because this is now 2 consecutive years no trophy for Real Madrid, which must feel like an abomination for the world's most successful football club, So very, very interesting to see. But congratulations to Akor Adams, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if you could score a few more goals. And then let's see what happens in the summer, because this Sevilla boys, I want to see what you could do in a team that attacks to your strengths. That would be amazing. I am convinced that Akor Adams is a 20-goal-a-season striker. I am convinced. We've seen enough for club and country to know that this guy is the truth. So that's exactly what I'd love to see, honestly. So let's see how it goes. Also, another standout performer for the week is Umar Sadiq. Umar Sadiq scored his 4th La Liga goal of the season since he's moved to Valencia in January. And honestly, it was a fantastic goal for Valencia away against Athletic Bilbao. Like, the header was just pretty. Like, fantastic cross. Umar Sadiq beat his defender. I just guided the ball past the goalkeeper straight into the bottom corner. And honestly, it was a fantastic finish. He came off the bench with just 20 minutes to go and scored the only goal of the game. And I thought it was just fantastic, especially because Valencia had missed the penalty in the first half of the match, which was very, very unfortunate. At the moment, it means Valencia have now gone 1 point above Sevilla. They're now 12th with 42 points, and they're 5 points clear of safety. So Valencia are pretty much home and dry. Also, another standout performer of the weekend was Maduka Okoye yet again. Maduka Okoye made 3 saves for Udinese as they beat Cagliari 2-0 away on Saturday. It was his 10th clean sheet of the season. 10th clean sheet of the season in Serie A. I just told you Akor Adams has not even scored up to 10 goals in La Liga. Maduka Okoye did not start playing for Udinese this season until October because he was suspended. And Maduka Okoye has 10 clean sheets. Are you people hearing me very well? I hope you guys are hearing me very well, louder in the back. 10 clean sheets for the season. Maduka, God will bless you. Someone that does not turn 27 until August. 10 clean sheets in 28 games. That means in less than every 3 games he plays, he has kept a clean sheet. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal achievement by any stretch of the imagination. He was the player of the match in the match. Yes, his teammates also saved 2 or 3 chances off the line. And he has now become the first Nigerian goalkeeper since Vincent Enyama in the 2015-2016 season, 10 years ago for Lille, to keep at least 10 clean sheets or more in a single season, league season in the top 5 leagues in Europe. You heard me clearly. This is the first time since Vincent Enyama did it 10 years ago that a goalkeeper playing for Nigeria has kept up to 10 clean sheets in a top 5 league in Europe. If you cannot look beyond whatever bad vibes you have against Maduka Okoye and call that achievement an absolutely incredible and amazing one for a player that was not even playing games until October, then I don't know what to say for you. Maduka Okoye, that is just an unbelievable achievement. And honestly, congratulations for the season you have put together. The truth of the matter is, with your statistics for club, you should be Nigeria's undisputed number 1. But we all know that everything has context. We also have to admit, in hindsight of seeing him get 10 clean sheets in 28 games, Maduka Okoye made the right decision, deciding that if he's going to sit down on the bench for Saino Bali, he's going to stay at Udinese and play for the season. The irony of life is, now that AFCON is over, and yes, we came 3rd, the so-called first-choice goalkeeper is now clubless and has been dropped from the national team by voluntarily deciding that he's going to cancel his contract in the middle of a season. And the player that we vilified for not coming to come and sit down on the bench at AFCON to a goalkeeper that is more superior than, at least based on club objective performance, all of a sudden has now kept 10 clean sheets in Serie A. Serie A! Nah, man. Maduka, I have to clap for you. If they don't give you your flowers, I'll give it to you. Because, man, you deserve it. Honestly, what an impressive, impressive achievement. And I wanted to make sure that I brought the information out for everybody so that we're all aware. So shout out to Maduka Okoye. Also, of course, I spoke about Zadok Yohanna. I was in Stockholm yesterday to watch the game. He did get an assist for Akor in their 4-2 loss at home to Djurgårdens. But I have to say, in the 45 minutes he played, he cooked his left back terribly. Like, I was literally pitch side. Like, if I was standing right here, Zadok Yohanna was on the right wing, dribbling right here. Like, I could see him. Like, as he's dribbling, I could watch him. But they said I couldn't use my phone, so I didn't want to record any videos. So I used my camera to get a few pics, and my brother was in the stands. So we still have a match day vlog for everyone. And it was very unfortunate that he got injured after halftime and did not come out for the game, because we were ready to see him more and even try and interview him. But he did get an assist. But unfortunately for his team, they're the opposite of Johnny Bravo. Their defense is shocking. I mean, they're like Johnny Bravo. Zadok Yohanna is their best player. I spoke to like 3 or 4 Swedish people, young boys, older people. They said Yohanna is the best player. He may go in the summer. But Akor, their defense is shocking. They were 2-0 down after 15 minutes. They could not defend set pieces to save their lives. Honestly, thank God for Yohanna. If you see the way he dribbled this fullback and just caught the ball back for a striker to make it 2-1. And then they ran back to the center circle. Just before halftime, his bummy defense again conceded another goal to make it 3-1. I was just like, what's going on? And then, of course, once Zadok Yohanna was off the pitch, there was no way Akor were going to win the match. In fact, they managed to score a goal to make it 3-2 from a corner kick. And if you see the nasty dagger their ops dropped on their head top, you know when it's 3-2 and the home side think they could try and get an equalizer. 5 minutes to go, the ball goes the other way. Jogarden scored this nasty dagger. And the game was played in the National Stadium of Sweden. So I was literally in the stadium where Gyökeres scored that hat-trick to qualify Sweden to the World Cup. So I was like, man, this has been a lovely experience, man. But commiserations, Zadok. Well done for the assist. It still looks like he may end up moving in the summer just because Swedish teams, their entire business model is to sell players abroad to the top 5 leagues because the Allsvenskan is only such, it can only go so big. But guys, it was a 50,000 seater stadium filled to the brim. Full to the brim. You could tell the Swedes do not play about their clubs. And like I told you, I saw aunties, uncles, young kids, grandmas. Everybody was going to the stadiums. Everything I wish for Nigeria to have, I saw it in Sweden and I saw it in Turkey when I went. Where the country is so embedded with the local league and everybody cares so passionately for the local clubs, but they also still support their Premier League clubs. So you can support Arsenal, but you can support Sporting Lagos. Like I said, me too, I want to support a Lagos team. I have to. It should be by normal. You don't ever meet a Brazilian who does not support Corinthians or Flamengo or Grêmio. Yes, they also still support Real Madrid or Arsenal or whoever, but they will always still support their club. So, honestly, I left Sweden being blown away. And thankfully, I'm glad for building a relationship. So thank you guys for watching the videos and making the Zadok Yohanna videos go viral. So look out for the match day vlog. And even though it's the Swedish league, please, I'm begging you, still watch the content. I know you guys, people don't watch stuff unless it's Nigeria playing. I'll be looking at my views sometimes. I'll be thinking, Olu, this is your 2-hour standing. Doesn't make sense. But that's why I love the community and all the conversations because it's not just about the views. It's a long-term strategy. And look, I love Nigerian football and I always come and bring you this information. So shout out to Yohanna for that assist. Also, I wanted to comment Chiamaka Nnadozie. Chiamaka Nnadozie moved to WSL last summer, signing for Brighton from Paris FC. I maintained that she was already better than Brighton and should have moved to City, Arsenal, or Chelsea. But of course, when you're Nigerian and you don't have a media that profiles you properly, apart from IoT, Olu, Smith-Lai, and the people doing the good work of trying to still praise our players here or there, when the NFF cannot even organize friendly matches for them. Unfortunately, you have to say that Nnadozie's exploits were not known in England as well as they should have been known. Until now. And my word, is she showing up and making up for lost times. Mind you, 2 years ago, Chiamaka Nnadozie denied Arsenal a place in the Women's Champions League by saving all our penalties in a penalty shootout as Paris FC knocked us out from a Champions League qualifier. And now, in her first season in WSL in Brighton, where she has already made exploits all over the league, she and her Brighton teammates have qualified for the Women's FA Cup final. Can you imagine how monumental of an achievement that is for Brighton Football Club? Not Arsenal, not Chelsea, not Man City, who are the 3 most dominant teams in women's football. After those 3, you put Man United after number 4. Maybe Villa and Tottenham 5 or 6. The WSL has only 12 teams. Brighton are usually closer to number 8 or number 9. This season, they're the most informed side over the last 3-4 months. But Brighton's rise is so astronomical. And you have to say Chiamaka Nnadozie is playing a big part in it. And yet again, she will compete for her first trophy since moving to England against Manchester City on the 31st of May. So the day after the Champions League final, when Arsenal, hopefully we're doing our parade through the streets of North London, she will be playing against Man City. It was even more impressive because Brighton were 2-0 down and they came back to tie the game at 2-2. And with the last 5 minutes of the game, she made 2 incredible saves to keep Brighton in the tie. And then the last kick of the game, her teammates scored a last kick winner to send Brighton to Wembley. Chiamaka, Nnadozie, we caught up for you and congratulations to you. I love everything you do for your club and for country. And may the blessings continue your way and keep shining. And let's see what shakes out in the summer. So really, 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 really big well done to you for an incredible achievement for your club. So that's it for the standout performers of the week. And oh my God, Leeds United are about to take a penalty. I will go to the comments now. Oh my God. Calvert-Lewin, coming like Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin, do not let me down. Do not let me down, Calvert-Lewin. Do not let me down. Although I just realized I put Calvert-Lewin on my bench in FPL. Wait, did I put Calvert-Lewin on the bench? Coming like Calvert-Lewin. Guy, ruined Tottenham for me. Calvert-Lewin! Yeah! Let's go! Calvert-Lewin! Coming like Calvert-Lewin! Hey! Coming like Calvert-Lewin! West Ham! One more day! One more day! Let's go! East London! Maybe they'll stop crying about Arsenal a bit more. Calvert-Lewin! What a pet! I put him on my bench. Oh, Lou. How could you make such a mistake? No point crying over spilled milk. We go again. Tottenham, I love you guys, man. You guys, you just bring the banter yourselves. Finally, before I do Starboy of the week, Francis Zoho actually won the Cypriot title this weekend with Omonia Nicosia. I wanted to just bring that out. He only made 5 appearances out of the 34 games, but a win is a win. Also, the Slavia Prague boys, Igor Ugbo, Samuel Isife, Mubarak Suleiman, and David Moses, they were on the verge of winning the Czech Republic title on Sunday. Slavia Prague were playing Sparta Prague. They were 3-2 up and about to clinch the Czech Republic title. And guess what their stupid fans did? Their stupid fans stormed onto the pitch with flares in the Prague derby, and the match was cancelled. Literally seconds before they were confirmed as title winners. That still tells you that the natural human mind can still be very, very stupid and foolish. The game I watched yesterday in Sweden, I saw flares, but they did it so well. Controlled flares. But look at these bums. You're about to win the league title with 3 games to spare against your biggest rivals, and your fans could not control themselves. So now Slavia Prague could forfeit the match and have their stadium closed. Slavia chairman even called the incident a derby disgrace. And they're facing stiff punishment, reported The Guardian. Their fans invaded the pitch in stoppage time in that derby. At the time, they were leading 3-2, and the scoreline would have secured the defense of the Czech League title with 3 games to spare. The disciplinary committee of the country's football association said after the extraordinary meeting on Sunday that such behavior will not be tolerated in professional football. Slavia's punishment could be announced on Tuesday, so I'll bring you an update on Thursday depending on what they say. It could include forfeiting the match, banning fans from the stadium, and a fine. The committee also opened proceedings against Sparta Prague because their fans also provoked, but they used pyrotechnics and damaged the stadium. They did not storm the pitch. Slavia's chief executive. Now, hundreds of Slavia fans brandishing flares stormed to the pitch in 97th minute and attacked several Sparta Prague players. Kind of like the Terry Murphy situation I told you about, but this one's even crazier. What the fuck? Including the Sparta Prague goalkeeper, the defender, and the forward Matthias Vojta. The match, of course, was abandoned. Slavia's chief executive called the fans' behavior unacceptable and deplorable. So his own fans. He continued, the values of Slavia are not hatred and violence. We accept responsibility and draw the consequences. I know the Nigerian politician man cannot believe that people would accept responsibility for their bad behavior. But this is what happens in civilized societies. He apologized and said that the club will cooperate with the Football Association as well as the police. Sparta Prague, on the other hand, said the events on Saturday were not an isolated excess, but rather the culmination of an atmosphere of hatred towards our club. Can you imagine? Really spicy stuff. Now, the head of the Czech Republic FA, so the equivalent of Gusau, but clearly this man has a lot more, you know what I'm saying, football wisdom. David Trunda, he said the incident was damaging to Czech football, the clubs, and the overwhelming majority of decent fans. Now, the Slavia chief executive announced on Sunday that Slavia Prague are going to close their north stand, which hosts the diehard fans with immediate effect. So he's not even trying to defend bad behavior in any way. He's also said that the stands will be closed until all perpetrators are identified and brought to justice. He added that while Slavia will work on measures to prevent such incidents in the future, even if that means closing the north stand for the entirety of next season, he said, so be it. The perpetrators will be banned for life from Slavia Stadium for life. To make matters worse, 2 Slavia Prague players were shown red cards during the derby. The league's leading scorer, Thomas Chori, and the defender, David Dudera. Now, because of their actions in the match, their own club has suspended them for the rest of the season. And the club later transfer listed the pair. I feel like I need to go and watch what they did. Can you imagine? You're the top goal scorer for your club as they're about to win the league title. Then you do something so bad that they ban you for the rest of the season and they transfer list you immediately. And to make matters worse, Czech Republic have just qualified for their first World Cup since Tomáš Rosický was bagging a double against USA in the 2006 World Cup, just before he moved to Arsenal. So these players are in the Czech Republic squad and they've just been banned by the biggest club in Czech Republic. Literally 4 weeks before the World Cup starts. Everybody say absolute cinema, man, football. I said I have to bring you this information. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to our Nigerian boys and their league title, but I think they'll probably forfeit the match and lose 3-0. But because they were going to win it with 3 games to spare, they will probably still play their remaining games and probably still clinch the title. But I've never seen anything like that before. That is absolutely crazy. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. Before I quickly go through a few more comments and we can potentially dine on Tottenham's tears. Starboy of the week. Drum roll. Where's my drum roll sounds? Where's my 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 sounds? Louder, no. Louder, 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 louder. There we go. Starboy of the week, starting with the bronze medal. This week, I'm showing love to the goalkeepers. The bronze medal will be shared by Chiamaka and Nnadozie for qualifying for the Women's FA Cup final in her first season in WSL for a club like Brighton. They usually have no business playing in FA Cup finals, especially with all the big teams that we know are in the league. But lo and behold, she has come in and made an instant, amazing contribution to the league and also qualifying her club to the FA Cup final for the first time in ages. So congratulations to you. Also, Maduka Okoye for becoming the first Nigerian goalkeeper since Vincent Nyama to keep 10 clean sheets officially in a top 5 league season in Europe. You, my friend, are an amazing, amazing goalkeeper. 10 clean sheets, 28 games, only conceded 30 goals in those games. By far, Udinese are the opposite of Johnny Bravo. Very strong defense, very weak attack. You, my friend, continue to shine for Nigeria. We're looking forward to seeing you play in the friendlies against Portugal and Poland. So you get the bronze medal. Silver medal is all about La Liga. Umar Sadiq for scoring the winning goal for Valencia. His 4th La Liga goal with the fantastic header after coming off the bench to take Valencia to 12th place in La Liga and 5 points away from safety. Fantastic header and just an exhibition center-forward play to get separation from your defender and to also guide your header fantastically well with the right amount of pace to score a goal. And also the silver medal will be shared by Akor Adams. Of course, Akor Adams, I already spoke about his exploits. Coming off the bench, 10 minutes to go, his team are losing by 1-0. His teammate makes it 1-1. But in stoppage time, with Sevilla literally staring a draw in the line, which would have meant that they're only 1 point safe from relegation, Akor Adams scored a fantastic Chiamaka finish from just outside the box with a wonderful finish, rasping shot into the bottom corner, and then took off his shirt to show such a fantastic celebration for his 9th league goal of the season for Sevilla. And boy, oh boy, they now have 2 wins in a row, and they are at least 3 points clear of safe off the relegation zone in 13th place in the league. So both of you get to share the silver medal. But gold medal this week can only be one man. Ijaya Olusegun, VO45, What else can we say about this man? 2 league seasons in Galatasaray, 2 league titles, 1 Turkish Cup, 1 Golden Boots for his listening pleasure. The first player in the Turkish league to score at least 7 goals in the Champions League campaign in God knows how long. Took Galatasaray to the round of 16 in the Champions League for the first time in 12 years. When they got to play Liverpool, and then to now clinch the league title, and yet again, like he did for Napoli, where he scored a decisive goal against Udinese away to clinch the title. Yet again on Saturday in Rams Park, his teammates were doing smeh. They were down 2-1 with literally 15 minutes to go. He gets the equalizer himself, wins the penalty, dispatches the pen himself, and then with 3 minutes to go, when they need a win to clinch the league title, who steps up again? Ijaya Victor Osimhen yet again, to score his brace for the match and to win the league title for Galatasaray, to give them their 4th consecutive league title, their 27th league title in their history, and to get a 2nd consecutive league title, and to also yet again score the decisive goal for his club as they clinch yet another piece of silverware. This is what I call a winning machine. And the winning machine, may you continue to succeed and may you continue to shine. Do you know what it means for you to have 22 goals and 8 assists in just 33 games for your club in the league season? You have 74 goals, 75 goals or assists in 74 appearances for Galatasaray. You, my friend, are a hero to not just Galatasaray, not just Turkey, but also to Nigeria. May you continue to win, may you continue to shine, may you continue to soar. And for winning the Turkish Super League title and getting Galatasaray back into the Champions League yet again, you, my friend, Victor James Osimhen, you are the Starboy of the week. And congratulations on yet another league title. Keep making us proud, keep flying the flag for Nigeria, and let's see where you end up or where you remain in the summer. Congratulations. So, quickly, Falconets, just so everybody knows, yet again, it is the women's team that's bringing joy to Nigerians. As we know, our men continue to fail to make the under-17. At least our under-20 boys, they've qualified for the last 2 World Cups, even though they didn't pull up any trees. But the women's side, yet again, we've never missed an under-20 World Cup. I don't think we've missed an under-17 World Cup. We've definitely never missed a women's World Cup, which is kind of incredible when you think about it. Think about when you're watching men's football. The only team that's never missed a World Cup is Brazil. In women's football, Nigeria are one of the few teams that has never missed a World Cup. And now our under-20 team, yet again, showing the progression and the talents that we have when it comes to women's football. Nigeria's under-20, the Falconets, have qualified for the World Cup, which will be taking place in September. So they have literally 4 months to prepare. It continues the streak of the under-20 women always qualifying for the World Cup, and they have never missed an edition. This time, we actually placed Malawi in a 2-leg tie. So you see why we say we don't want any zoning rubbish. Mr. Motsepe, why are women allowed to play bummy Malawi? Why you are making our men play Cote d'Ivoire? Why your South Africa and Co will be playing Zambia and Zimbabwe? Please stop that rubbish. Now, the first leg, the Nigeria team won 2-0 in Ikene, which is where a lot of our women's team play their games. And second leg in Lilongwe, Nigeria went behind after 8 minutes through Faith Chinzimu, and she scored again in the 57th minute. So it was 2-2 on aggregate. But thankfully, Malawi's captain made an error, and Oscar Precious was able to run in on goal and score, which meant that also due to away goals counting for this tie, Malawi needed 2 goals to qualify because of the away goal rule, and Nigeria officially qualified for the Under-20 World Cup. So the group stage draw will be done this Friday on the 15th of May. So we'll look out for who gets put into the Falconets group, and we wish them all the best as they continue to soar and give us all the joy that a lot of our men's teams cannot do at the moment. Okay, before we can play reviews, let me just go through the comments. Sorry, I wanted to just speed rush through that because I know me, I can lament and talk to cho. I'm loving this Tottenham draw. Long may it remain. Jackson says, please, can Arsenal just go get Victor Osimhen next summer? I'd love to see it. But I also have to admit, Victor Gyökeres, that Let's Go Madrid performance and that Fulham performance, where did that come from, guys? I never expected it. Aaron says, Aaron, good to see you, man. Hopefully this is his last Turkish title and leaves Turkey. Let's see what he ends up doing, man, my bro. But that would be my preference as well. Vontae says, Mr. Olu, shout out to Adams for the goal. La Liga is so useless, man. 2 weeks ago, Sevilla was sitting in the relegation zone. 2 wins and they're already 4 points off qualifying to Europe. Honestly, like Vontae said, everybody go and look at the La Liga table. And you can see why the La Liga president is always complaining about the Premier League. He needs to shut the fuck up and focus on how to grow his league outside of Real Madrid and Barcelona. because the gap is only widening. If you look at Atletico Madrid's Hall of Shame performance La Liga this year, it's a disgrace. They've been so rubbish, but yet they're so far ahead that Real Betis can't even catch them in fourth. So La Liga, honestly, has been a disgraceful season for everybody except Barcelona. And also Barcelona, we are playing all these bombing teams. Even Madrid, look at them this year. I think La Liga have to have a real rethink about if they want their league to be competitive or if they want to just use the glamour of Real Madrid and Barcelona for the rest of their lives. Because something has to give. It's dire. And the Premier League is just getting started. Look at all the European competitions. I'm 99% sure Palace will win the Conference League. We've won it. An English team has won the Conference League every time, except the one time Olympiacos won it. Europa League, English teams have started using it to qualify for the Champions League all the time. Look at Tottenham last year. We've seen Chelsea do it. We've seen Man United do it. Aston Villa are favorites this year. We may see Bournemouth make the Champions League. And also, obviously, the Champions League is the hardest because PSG, Arsenal, I'll say it's 50-50. But PSG even have the benefit of winning last year, even though they had never won it before. But if Arsenal win, I don't think anybody will be surprised. Even our ops that like to make it seem like, oh, I hope PSG batter you. If Arsenal won 1-0, would you really be surprised? Like, Arsenal were the dominant team in the league phase of the Champions League. 8 for 8 wins. We beat everybody. Bayern, Atletico, everybody. So it's quite interesting. So let's see how they get on. But shout out to West Ham. No, I think West Ham still have a chance. I just hope Leeds. I love Leeds, man. I'll be honest, Leeds are one of the clubs I have a soft spot for. When I was growing up, I liked their Strongbow kit. And I liked the first ever Champions League season I watched, 2001. They made it to the semi-final. They lost to Valencia. That tells you how quickly things change in football. Valencia used to make back-to-back Champions League finals in the year 2000 and year 2001. Chelsea fans, I'm looking at you. Do not be surprised when you reach that Valencia level in 15 years' time. Keep not facing your fronts. By the way, I've been talking for 75 minutes, and shout out to everybody, all 60 people on this live stream. Let me quickly do a like check. 60 people. It would be amazing. Only 29 likes, less than half of you. Not even one super chat for all my church or throw after running. I think that's very fair, guys. Thank you. Very, very fair. Amazing. But anyway, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new here. At least do me that favor, please. Thank you very much, and God bless. Comments. Adnan says, Osimhen is top level. He can play in England or Spain if he really wants to. Exactly. Go and do it. Charles, I hope you're right. I hope he's just saying it for the camera. Oh, I really hope so. I saw him like a video of Mr. Remote talking about how good Arsenal are. So I'm hoping that could be somehow good omen. So let's see. Charles also says, Akor needs to hit 10, 16 goals to be considered a good season. I agree. So let him get 1 or 2 more and let's see what happens. Jay Ambrose. Hey, good to see you, Jay Ambrose, again. Of course, Charles. Osimhen is just saying it for the camera. I hope so. I really hope so, man. I really hope so, guys. Honestly, Aaron, I think it's also true because of the way it looks. But hopefully they'll figure it up. So, Lex, good to see you, my bro. Thanks for the kind words, my brother. Aaron, exactly. Men and women in our national team, both great goalkeepers. I'm telling you. Thank you so much, ERA Made, for the kind words. Said great job, bro. So, Legs, shout out to you. Vontae B, Shemia Jai. Wait, the championship game. How's that game going? What's the score? It's going on right now. Don't tell me they're beating Millwall. Oh my God, they're beating Millwall 2-0. You see why football is so funny? Millwall last week had a chance to even make it to the Premier League directly. The first leg, Hull City were really poor in their own home soil. Every indication looked like Millwall would get to the playoff final. And now, it's not Millwall, it's Hull. They're 2-0 up. They scored 2 goals. Joe Gelhardt used to be a highly rated player at Leeds United. Shemia Ajayi started. Serves them right. The last game, they put Shemia Ajayi on the bench and they drew. Now, Shemia Ajayi starts the game and they switch to a back 3. And they are officially 2-0 up. Well done, Hull. All right, Shemi. Shemi, if you make it back to the Premier League, I'll drop my agenda. Even though you're about to be 33 years old. Look at me. It's so funny how sports work. I'm 33 in real life. But a footballer being 33 is old. So, thanks for that update. That is amazing, Vontae. Thanks for letting me know. Olu, did you watch the match in Malawi and Falconets? No, I didn't. I was focusing on the games in England, and I had quite a few things I had to do, so I was moving all around. Um, Charles says, Olu, please react to under 17 coach. He looks so promising. I saw that video of the under 17 coach. I heard him talk, but it's not me that they're going to gas me up because someone can speak well. We'll see what he can do. Nigerians, please expect better for ourselves. I hope they don't mess him up, but it's not the fact someone speaks good English that means he's credible. But it looked like he's saying the right things. And it's interesting that even hearing somebody with a competent grammar and someone that can speak is quite nice to see. So let's see. Hey, IoT, my brother, good to see you, bro. You know what? IoT has a good point. When have you seen Osimhen do this just for the camera? He has no plans to leave. Doesn't mean something can't come up, but it's not on his mind right now. I actually believe you, I'll be honest. In fact, that is where my mind is at the most. Like when you see the way they love him in Turkey. And guys, Turkey is like Nigeria. You know, these countries it's like Morocco. Things are working, but there's also an informal economy. So when you're someone like Osimhen, you're the star player there, there's no press coming to disturb your life, coming to talk about your private life. You know how in England, Daily Mail, they'll go and try and pay people to go and dig up debt on a player. You can see the comfortability factor in there. And maybe Osimhen is just like, well, they are paying me all the money I want. And I can live with the fact that when my career is done, even if people tell me that I'd not play for the best clubs, I still want a Serie A title. And I've played multiple seasons in Champions League. Fair enough. My own is very simple. Do well for Nigeria, break your Kinish record, win us an AFCON, and make sure we at least see you play in a World Cup one time. Anything he does for his club career, that's his business. Obviously, if you have a player playing for one of the super clubs in Europe, it is always better for Nigeria's rep, and it affects the whole ecosystem. So I would love to see him make a move, but I actually agree with IoT. Osimhen seems like he's having the time of his life over there. So let him be happy. And to be fair, the Turkish people, if they love you, Sha. And if he ends up being loyal and staying there where he could have easily left, maybe they will love him forever. But the only thing I will say is, in this life, one thing that talks is money. Galatasaray, if somebody comes with 100 million for their head top, do they love Osimhen that much? Because this one that they are selling land, I read one article last year that said the reason they're able to afford Osimhen is because they are selling off land, because the Turkish lira was appreciating in value against the euro. So when a club is already doing dodgy things like that to pay for a player, you can admit Galatasaray are not a wealthy club compared to the Premier League big boys. So that's the one angle I can see things shaking out. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. So thanks for that comment, IoT. Good to see you always, my brother. Hope you're excited for the World Cup, man. I'm so jealous of you guys in USA and Canada. I know it's easier for us here to go and watch games and see the players in Europe. But, man, that World Cup, man, bust my head, man. Bust my head. Enjoy for me, guys. Enjoy for me, guys. Charles says, Moses has his CAF C license on the process of getting a CAF B. Fair enough. That's good to hear. This is the first time in 20 years that the Falconets are losing. Did they lose? Oh, they lost the match, but they qualified overall now. Slightly harsh. They still qualified now. He has a good resume. Check it. I saw the stuff about Millwall, to be fair. That's amazing. Oh, in fact, Charles, thanks for bringing the credentials. All I was saying is it's not good grammar that we should use to. Because myself, I can use good grammar for people. I'm just trying to say, thanks for now showing me the resume. Thanks for that. That's amazing. So good to see. That's how I know the Americans. You guys always say resume. In England, I'll be like CV. Anyway, let me round up this podcast so we can drink these Tottenham tears and watch Jermaine Defoe on a watch. Guys, please like the video. I'm begging you, please, please, please. There's 61 people here, 55 people on YouTube. At the very least, we should have 55 likes. Please. Ejo. Only 30. Please now. Guys are harsh. Even the day I even tried to tweak my poll and say Arsenal won the title, people can't even just do me a solid this one time and like the video. Please now, like the video. Aaron, the same thing. We say resume and CV, but it's well known that British people, Europeans, we say CV a lot. You never hear someone say resume in Europe, but we know it's resume, but it has a nice ring to it, to be fair. Resume. When can you resume and bring me your resume? Why am I laughing at that? 6 minutes to go till West Ham have another date with destiny. Leeds United, come on! Come on, lads! No mistake. Oh. Yeah, foul. Good. Anyway, congratulations to Falconets, and let's see how they get on. Also, I'm sure people saw Azamen and incompetent NFF again. They said the Super Falcons are supposed to go on a UK tour. But apparently the tour is going to happen outside of a FIFA international mandated window. So you can't even get your best players to play. Anyway, I'll wait for official correspondence to mention it. Anything with the NFF, I just find them so poor and really, really just mediocre. So sad. Mediocre. Anyway, let me speed run through the player reviews. Now that I've got... Thunder! Ah! Leeds! Oh my God, Leeds! They just hit the post. Oh, Sean Longstaff! Guys, are you watching this game? Oh my God! Sean Longstaff just crashed it on the bar. Oh, what a save by Kingsley. Oh! I would have... Guys, what have I done to deserve all this joy? I have scars. I have tattooed tears of joy. For all the years of Arsenal pain. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. What did Jambro say? As of May 2026, Galatasaray feel the investment is justified. The Osimhen transfer has added a lot to us. We have reaped the reward for our ambition. I think to an extent they're just saying that for the camera. They won the Turkish League title the last 4 years. They missed out on the Champions League because the Turkish League was really poor in coefficients. So now in the recently revamped schedule, now if you finish first, you always end up coming first. But the truth of the matter is, I don't believe... I'm sure they are still owing that transfer fee. We all know all clubs amortize transfer fee. And I expect them to say that. But like I said, everybody talks until they put money in front of them. The one saving grace they may have is that Osimhen is about to turn 28 in December. And the way the transfer market is going, you always see a preference for investment in younger players. So you can see clubs taking a risk on, like Man United did with Shesko, or Chelsea's failed experiment with Delap. Even João Pedro is still pretty young, you know. Hendrick is still there. You know, we still have some young bulls coming up, you know. But in terms of guaranteed right now, Bagsman, Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, Osimhen level, any team trying to win now, I think they may have to look. Gyökeres showed enough work for me over the last few games that I think Arsenal may just ride with him next year. But I hope we learn from Alex Ferguson. When you're at the top, that's when you have to press on your advantage and sign the best players. Apart from Julian Alvarez or maybe an Hendrick, I can't see another striker that would signify that we're serious like Osimhen. Left winger, I'll take Diamande, Bakola. Nico Williams, don't come near my club, you bum. Anybody that decides that he wants to sign a new 8-year contract for Athletic Bilbao when Barcelona and Arsenal want him is not a serious fellow. Now he's injured. They say he may be fine for the World Cup, but that is giving me yeah mentality. Please don't come near my club. But yeah, let's see how things shake out anyway. But like we've said already, good luck to Osimhen. We're happy for him regardless. Like, I'll happily put the Galatasaray. In fact, him staying at Galatasaray saves me money. It means I don't have to update my background. This Lookman, I may still upgrade it because he has changed clubs. But if Osimhen stays there, very fantastic. We'll keep that on. So let's see how it goes. I've seen some boring jokes from young Chelsea Gen Z fans. Don't worry, the young shall grow. Your own 20 years of pain is starting. You're on the clock. Like I said, your league title draft is already 10 years long. So, and I'm very sure it will surpass another 12 years. So just get ready, Sha. Get ready. Ball does not lie. I always find it funny when people want to make you feel bad that your team's about to win stuff. It's like the people that I tell Liverpool fans they not win league title in 30 years. Do you think they give a shit? I don't care what you say. As long as I hold the Premier League title, my brother. If you like, type on Twitter. As long as you like. Because you won Conference League when it's like a 60-year-old boy playing football match against 10-year-olds. They put Chelsea in Europa Conference League. They went to win it against all those bummy tubs. They thought they were doing well. They now told us that they will challenge for the league title. Now they're what's their position? 9th. You guys make me laugh. Cameroon, I beg. Hold on. Final minutes. God, I beg. Boy. Madison, behave yourself. Don't find it. Oh my God, that was the pen. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pen. Is that a pen? Shout out to Korhan Dennis. Greetings for Germany. Keep going. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate that. Wait, is that a pen? No, he got the ball. Naja boy. Umacha. Well done. He got the ball. He got the ball. Yeah, he got the ball. Yeah. Oh, did he? Let's see. Anyway, let's wrap up with the show and see what happens. Oh, I'm seeing dry jokes again. Anybody that their team is suffering while they are struggling and they like to think about half a decade ago, I'm sorry for you. That tells me you are like the Nigerians that will be looking at the past. God bless you. Enjoy the Champions League from 5 years ago. I hope that makes you feel better about present day. Jokers. Anyway, thank God it was not a pen. I have a feeling they will score a dagger. Come on, Leeds. I used to love Madison. One of my favorite players to be signed for these bombs. Big Val. Not to run! Oh, that was a sexy ball. Oh my God. What a block. Well done. Ref, blow the whistle. Anyway. Oh, this guy is mentioning glorified preseason trophy again. IoT, please respect yourself. You know I respect you now. The way you talk about Nigeria, you are very objective. But the only time I see you say things that I'm always like, I hope everything's all right, it's Chelsea. I can see the blind spot always affects you a little bit. Someone is about to finish 12th. He's telling me he won glorified preseason tournaments 8 months ago. May God help us. Anyway, weekend player review. Alex Iwobi still injured, but Chukwueze and Bassi both started as Fulham lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. I have to say, what a sexy goal by Ryan. Oh my God, that guy, I love him so much. Bournemouth, what is in the water with your scouting? They're incredible. These guys got Krupi Jr. and Ryan in the same season. The same year they sold Semenyo. And they sold Kekesh, sold Zabani, and sold one other center back. Wait, it's over. Thank you, Jesus. Dang, 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 dang. We still have a Champions League. Hey, what does this mean for the relegation? So West Ham are just 2 points behind Tottenham. Okay. All right, West Ham, you're welcome. And if there's one thing I know, even with how bummy Chelsea are, if there is one game they will win, it is against Tottenham. They beat Tottenham at home all the time. That one is sure. So, West Ham, can you do yourselves a favor and beat Newcastle somehow? I think you might just about survive. So everybody will be happy now and they will stop crying over a rightful disallowed goal being disallowed yesterday. But yeah, shout out to Bournemouth. They're still in with the chance of making the Champions League after Aston Villa beat Nottingham Forest in the Europa League semi-final. So, of course, if Aston Villa beat Freiburg, who have Nigeria eligible goalkeeper Noah Tubolu, but they send us. If Aston Villa win that, 6th place in the Premier League will officially qualify for the Champions League. Can you imagine if Bournemouth do it? Especially with Iraola leaving. I think that would be crazy. But there is a world where I actually favor Brighton to get the job done. Because Bournemouth still have to play Man City. So let's see how it goes. All I know is we still have all to play for across almost everything in the Premier League. Even the title race still exists just about. So let's see. So next up for Fulham, they play Wolves. But I always tell you guys, Marco Silva wants his April or May. Guys, go and check Marco Silva's track record. Any club Marco Silva plays for, once Any club Marco Silva is the coach. Once it is the middle of April, just know they're going on holiday. It's so funny. I'll tell you, go and check when he was at Everton. Oh, any team Marco Silva is the coach of. They do this every time. Fulham just become bums. Like, yes, they won one game in the last 5. But the way Fulham just lie down, they're already on their holidays. It is so funny, I'm telling you, man. It is so funny, I'm telling you. So, anyway, they go again, but they play Wolves away. So, let's see if they can get a win. Nottingham Forest boys, Taiwo Awoniyi started yesterday as Forest drew 1-1 against Newcastle. Oh, my God. Did you guys watch William Osula in this game again? He even had a free kick hit the bar. And then someone would tell me he should not come to Nigeria. Please bring him, oh. Bring him. Bring him very well, please. But more importantly, shout out to Elliot Anderson scoring the equalizer in the same week he had to bury his mother. That's a horrible thing for anybody to go through at just 23 years old. So may his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. And honestly, what a warrior, man. I can't imagine what he's going through. But shout out to the team. Next up for Forest, they play Man United away on Sunday, 12:30 p.m. Aroko Dare came off the bench, played in the 89th minute as Wolves lost 3-0 to Brighton. No surprise there. And shout out to Brighton for giving me the FPL points. That was amazing. Let's see if he gets any minutes against Fulham. And Uche was not in the squad, as we know. Obviously, we saw Oliver Gardner address the situation and just say there's nothing he could have done. He did apologize because he did say that he thought Eddie Nketiah would be fit. So he registered Nketiah instead of Uche, because Uche got deregistered from the Conference League squad. And if he knew Eddie Nketiah would remain out of shape, he would have kept Uche in the squad. So bad vibes, but hey, it is what it is. You go again, my bro. It's all good. Other results in the Premier League: Liverpool Chelsea 1-1 on Saturday. Sunderland Man United 0-0. Terrible game. Man City beat Brentford 3-0. Doku has turned into a wing wizard with actual final product. I'm intrigued to see if he can do it at the World Cup for Belgium. I think if he can really produce for Belgium properly this World Cup, we will see Jeremy Doku go to another level. So let's see that. But the problem with Belgium is, are they still going to try and rely on Lukaku or Luis Openda? Lukaku is how old now? So Luis Openda has had a shocking season for Juventus. So did they play De Catalare? Who did they end up playing as striker? There's a lot still see. So let's see. And then, obviously, yesterday, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle 1-1, Palace Everton 2-2. Burnley Aston Villa was actually 2-2, which was interesting to see. Burnley, please, now that you've got to the draw against Villa, relax. So next week, just allow 4-0, please. 4-0. Don't worry. We can invite you to the parade. I'm sure most of you would rather be in London than Burnley for the day. So please, come, man. Much love. And then finally, obviously, Arsenal. I'm going to get to your question, Aaron, about the thoughts. To be honest with you, my bro, because I was flying back from Stockholm, I was listening to the game on radio on TalkSport. So I got the notification just before I got to the airplane. I was about to board back to come to London. And I could not believe my eyes. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? But then, because I was listening to TalkSport, I could hear that there was a VAR review. And my heart was just pounding. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. You're telling me that Arsenal really bottled this and we let West Ham equalize. And then when I saw, just before we took off, I heard that it was disallowed. So I downloaded the Athletic articles and I refreshed my Twitter feed so I could overdose on the tears. Honestly, yesterday night was one of the best days of my life. The joy. And once I came back home, I just watched Match of the Day to overdose in the joy. Charles said, I'm here, Real Betis won because I'm too. That's the kind of move I would like him to take. Because apart from Atletico Madrid and Barca, you say Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao, Betis, Sevilla. Those are the kind of clubs, at least from an ambition standpoint, they're trying. But more importantly, when you look at Betis, Villarreal, and Athletic Bilbao, the performances over the last 3-4 years, or else Sociedad, those clubs are still very ambitious that they get points or they win Copa del Rey or they go far in Europe. So I love to see that kind of move. I think that would be a pretty good move for him. Guys, please, I know I asked about the likes. Are we closer to 48 likes? Please now, hey Joe. 36. You people are harsh, you. Now, even myself, let me wrap up podcast. Nobody begged me to be talking for 2 hours while my leg is paining me. And they cannot even like the video. Now, Anyway, this weekend there's football on Friday night. DFPL on time. Man City also play their rearranged fixture against Palace on Wednesday, 8 p.m. So let's see if they drop any points. Then Arsenal we get to win the Premier League title on Monday night against Burnley. Friday night, Aston Villa play Liverpool. That has little implications apart from the fact that if you're Bournemouth, Brighton, or any of the teams trying to finish sixth, you are hoping that Liverpool can do you a favor and beat Aston Villa away from home at Villa Park. Basically, you just need Aston Villa to remain fifth and Liverpool to remain fourth, and sixth place will get a Champions League spot. If Aston Villa end up fourth and Liverpool end up fifth, then sixth place gets a Europa League spot. So make note of that. Then, because of the FA Cup final between Man City and Chelsea on Saturday, I'm actually looking forward to watching that game. All the games are going to be played on Sunday. This is the most amount of football we're going to ever get to watch on a Sunday. 12:30 a.m. Man United play Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford. Then at 3 o'clock on Sunday, we see Brentford host Palace at the G-Tech. Leeds hosts Brighton at Ellen Road. And Wolves host Fulham at the Molineux. Everton also hosts Sunderland at Hill Dickinson Stadium at the same time. And then at 5:30 on Sunday, we'll see Newcastle host West Ham at St. James's. Now, if West Ham can somehow win that game, it'll be tough, but if they can somehow get the job done, then I would love to see that because on Monday night, we will then see Arsenal play Burnley with the chance to buttress our lead in the title race. And then because Man City and Chelsea are playing the FA Cup final on Saturday, they will then play their rearranged fixtures on the following Tuesday, next week Tuesday on the 19th of May. So Man City will go and play Bournemouth, and I'm praying to God. Oh, wait, Bournemouth don't have any match till that day. So you're telling me Bournemouth can just rest and chill to play Man City at home? Croupy, I know you got something for me. Ryan, I know you got something for me. Alex Scott, I saw the way you played against Arsenal at the Emirates. I was there in the stadium myself. I know you got something for me, my boy. And I'm looking forward to what you got for me. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that. And then we will see Chelsea play their whipping boys that they love to play the most, Tottenham. Even me, I know for a fact Chelsea are going to win that game. If Chelsea do not beat Tottenham at home, that is where we know that even you Chelsea fans, there's fire on the mountain. Keep dreaming about half a decade ago or telling us about Champions League you won 5 years ago, or that out of the 6 league titles you have, you won the last one almost 10 years ago. Since you don't want to respect yourselves, please at least do us a favor and beat Tottenham. Because if you don't beat them, that's when I think people will start. I know you guys are all worried. Chelsea fans try to pretend like they're not worried about their club by talking about others. Guys, you guys are bombs. In fact, I know City are going to slap you in that chance. I'm sure they're going to slap you. In fact, it may be even bloody, like 4. So let's see how it goes anyway. But to be fair, it's the FA Cup final. It will probably be 2-0 or maybe 1-0. Anyway, Championship, shout out to Semi Ajayi. He has just qualified for the Championship playoff final, which will be taking place on Sunday. The good news is that he will know his opponents tomorrow when Middlesbrough plays Southampton. So congratulations to Hull City, and let's get it. In Serie A, Giftaba was not in the squad for Verona. I think he's played his last game for Verona. They lost anyway, and their season ends when they play Inter away on Sunday, but he's not going to play. We already spoke about Maduka Okoye's exploits. Udinese are now up to 9th. They cannot make it to Europe because they left a bit too late there, but they play next against Cremonese with David Okereke. Speaking of Cremonese, David Okereke scored a fantastic goal, which was the second Serie A goal of the season, as Cremonese beats Pizza 3-0 with the great finish. He'd been frozen out of the squad earlier in the season, so it's nice to see him play himself back into form. Pizza are absolutely useless. The good news is Akinsomero played 72 minutes. Dorsimeo was on the bench, but they are definitely relegated already. And next up, they play Napoli away, but it's just for the vibes. Fisara Delebashu also had the Coppa Italia dress rehearsal on Saturday. Inter Milan beat Lazio 3-0, and I love how they're beating the living daylight out of everybody in Serie A. Last year, after Napoli took that title by luck, because Lazio equalized against Inter in the penultimate game of the season, I like the way Inter this year just blamed everybody. I mean, DeMarco has how many assists? It's crazy, you know? So, anyway, as if it's not bad enough that Lazio just chopped 3-0 to Inter, they get to play the same opponents, Inter, in the Coppa Italia final on Wednesday. Obviously, we're waiting for Fisara Delebashu. You guys know how I feel about FDB. It's a one-off game and it's a final, so you never know. Let's see how the game goes on Wednesday. And then after that, we'll see Lazio play in the Rome derby against Roma away technically away on Sunday, but of course, Roma and Lazio play in the same stadium, so it'll be at the Olympico. So let's see how that game goes. In La Liga, Lukman played 90 minutes, but I told you, Atletico Madrid, their season has fizzled out. They put all their chips in the cups. Once they lost the Copa del Rey final and they lost the Champions League semi-final to Arsenal, now they have nothing to play for in La Liga. There's literally, 2 games to go or 3 games to go. 3 games to go, and they are comfortably fourth. They cannot be overtaken. They have a 9-point lead over Real Betis, as well as a +9 better goal difference. So even if Real Betis win all their games and Atletico lose all their games, Atletico Madrid will still make the Champions League spot at the moment. In fact, at the moment, I think Spain get the coefficient for the 5th place spot because Bayern Munich lost although Freiburg did win. I need to double check that. But I think Spain gets the 5th spot. Although Freiburg, Rayo, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll confirm that as soon as I know. But more importantly, Atletico Madrid is playing for the vibes. Look, man, end your season well. You play Osasuna away tomorrow night, so score some goals. And then Girona at home on Sunday, score some goals. We already spoke about Aquadams as well. And may you believe it or not, Ejuke actually played 90 minutes in this game. I know, very surprising, but good to see. And now that they're on a 2-game winning streak, let's see if they could do a job against Villarreal away on Wednesday night before they play Real Madrid at home on Sunday at 6 p.m. I already spoke about Umar Sadiq scoring the winner off the bench for Valencia. Next up for him, he'll play Rayo Vallecano at home on Thursday, and then they play Real Sociedad away on Sunday. In the Bundesliga, just know, interestingly enough, not a single one of our players played this week. One of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my life. Nathan Tella is injured again. His body is just so brittle. I feel so sad for him. Like, how could this happen? Nathan Tella was not in the squad, muscle injury, and Leverkusen duly lost 3-1 to Stuttgart, which means Leverkusen are now outside of the club and they can't even get in. But they will have one more opportunity because they're 3 points behind Stuttgart. But the problem is their final game is against Hamburg. I'll be honest, I think they're going to play Europa League. That loss was a bit too consequential, I have to admit. So we'll see what happens for them. Because honestly, I needed more players in the Premier League, in the Champions League. Both of our Hamburg players, Otele and Torunariga, were both on the bench for Hamburg, and they beat Freiburg 3-2. They're 11th. They don't have too much more to play for. In Auberg, Uchenna Agundo was also on the bench as Auberg won 3-1 on new sub. Werder Bremen, both Agu and Boniface were not even in the squad. And Kenak Bugma was on a new sub. So, honestly, I'm not going to waste my time. We go again with Bundesliga next week. League One. Tochiko Nadi started his 3rd consecutive game for Marseille, by the way. And it was the first time he started a game and Marseille won the match. So, congratulations to you, Tochiko Nadi. And what I also love is this time he started in his favorite position as a starting central midfielder alongside Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg. So, that was really good to see. And long may the starting of games continue for Tochukwu Unadi. Next up for them, though, they have one more game in League One. And when I tell you the football gods have cooked for us, guys, Marseille are 6th in League One. Rennes are 5th in League One. In League One, the top 3 teams qualify directly for the Champions League. 4th place qualifies for the Champions League qualifiers. Right now, 4th place for the Champions League qualifiers is occupied by Lyon. They lost their game this weekend. Rennes in 5th could win, and if Lyon lost, they would overtake Lyon and take a Champions League spot. But even more crucially for Tochukwu Nadi and Marseille, at the moment, they're going to play in the UEFA Conference League. But their last game of the season this Sunday is against Rennes at the Stade Velodrome. If they beat Rennes, because of the superior goal difference, they will overtake Rennes and qualify for the Europa League. So it's so finely poised. And the fact that even when they released the fixtures at the start of the season, they made Marseille and Rennes play each other in the final game of the season. And now they're neck and neck for a Europa League spot, while Rennes could still make a Champions League spot. I think it's just absolute cinema. So Tochukwu Nadi, keep flying the flag, and we hope you continue to play well, and let's see how it goes. Moses Simon was on a new sub for Paris FC, but they lost 2-1 to Rennes. They have comfortably secured their spot in Ligue 1 for next season. Remember, they only got promoted to Ligue 1 this year. As for Nantes, now that Moses Simon has left them, they've been relegated. They will go back to League 2, and let's see what Chidozie Awaziem does in the summer. although he did play 90 minutes over the weekend. Next up for them, though, they play Toulouse at home. While Moses Simon will end the season by playing Paris Saint-Germain at home, but I think PSG have already clinched the Ligue 1 league title, or they need just one more point on the final day. I am pretty sure they clinched it. No, they need one more point. PSG and Lens have 2 games left. And I know PSG have to play Lens on Wednesday. So if Lens win, they'll close the gap to 3 points. But then PSG just need one more point in their final game of the season away against Paris FC. Ooh, that's a Paris derby. Can Paris FC shock them? Let's see. Knowing PSG, I think they'll end up blaming Lens on Wednesday, but let's see how that goes. But it's finally poised. In Portugal, Sanusi was not in the squad. Murphy was on the bench. Of course, Porto have already clinched the league title. So what they do, they lost 3-1 to AVS Football on Sunday. So they don't care. They've done their job. Next up, they play Santa Clara. Omar Abubakar's Famalicão was playing Abraham Marcus's Estrela today. I just want to check the score of that game. It ended 0-0. Did both players play? Famalicão dominated the game, though. Abraham Marcus started the game, which is good. And Omar Abubakar came off the bench. So both of them got minutes in the game, but ended up 0-0. But Famalicão were by far the better team. And you can see why. Famalicão are currently 5th in the Portuguese league, which is incredible for a club of their size. But unfortunately, only the top 4 teams in Portugal make it to Europe. And you already know the usual suspects. Porto and Sporting will go to the Champions League. Benfica will go to the Europa League, even though they've not lost a game this season. But they've played 3 games, they've won 22, and they've drawn a massive 11 games. So even though they're unbeaten in the season, they've lost. They're 8 points behind Porto, so nobody gives a shit. And then, of course, 4th place in Portugal is always Braga. So Braga are currently 4th. And Famalicão, that's so unlucky. Imagine if Famalicão could have made it to the Conference League. Congratulations, Umar Abubakar. But we'll track you better because your team is doing well. Even Isaac James was not in the squad for Alverca this weekend. What happened to our players this weekend, man? Everybody was not in the squad. Even in Belgium, Rafael Erika was not in the squad for Club Brugge. They beat St. Truden 2-0. He must be injured. But next week, Sunday, is the title decider. Jula come to play Club Brugge, who are the home team. And if Club Brugge win that game, they will win the title. So that's amazing to see. Even Irasor was an unused sub on the bench for Genk. I don't know what happened this week, man. But shout out to Victor Osimhen, who already spoke about, for doing the needful. And they'll end the season against Kasimpasa away on Sunday. As for Trabzonspor boys, Onuachu came on to play the final 13 minutes, while Chibike Iweala and Anthony Nwakeme played 90 minutes as Trabzonspor beat Besiktas by 2-1 on Saturday. Now, the reason why Onuachu was rested is because on Wednesday night, Trabzonspor are going to play the Turkish Cup final against Cenekli Birgi. So Cenekli Birgi have Hemio Yekuru and Tom Delebashiru. Obviously, we're rooting more for Trabzonspor because they're the better team. And it would be nice to see Onuachu win some silverware for this club. Anthony Nwakeme already won the league title for them about 5 years ago, which was an incredible achievement. And imagine Chibike Iweala gets his first title in the first 5 months of him moving to Trabzonspor. It's already clear he's on the radar of bigger teams. And honestly, I'm just so happy to see our players flourish, especially in positions away from our strikers, because we know we are very, very solid with strikers. But to have better players on the positions really, really fills me with joy. So long may it continue. Even Wilfred Ndidi was no new sub in that Besiktas match because Besiktas have nothing to play for anymore, and they'll end the season against Rizespor away on Friday. But Anthony Dennis continued to play, and he played the entire match as they beat Gaziantep 2-1. Sorry, played first 83 minutes. Czech Republic, I spoke about the melee that happened with Slavia Prague. Just an absolute shit show. Let's see what happens in terms of their fine. But they have a game against Jablonek at home on Wednesday. Then they play Hradec Skoralov away on Sunday. So let's see the punishment, but I still think they will be given the opportunity to win the league title after all the work they've done. As for Bruno Yemechi, Olympiacos have given up the league title. AEK Athens have been crowned champions of Greece, which is a big shame. A club like Olympiacos, when they don't win the league title, it is an absolute shit show. They drew 1-1 against PAOK on Sunday, but Yemechi played 90 minutes, which is a good sign. Next up for them, they play Panathinaikos at home on Wednesday. Then they end the season against AEK Athens on Sunday. Let's see if they can at least try and qualify for Europe. They'll be very disappointed by not retaining their title. Kelechi Iheanacho came on for the final 9 minutes in the Old Firm derby. Celtic beat Rangers by 3-1, which is a fantastic result. They go to play Motherwell away on Wednesday. They have to win that game to have any chance of winning the title on the final day when they will host league leaders Hearts. If anybody never cares about Scottish football, I promise you, this is the one time you should care. They have an interesting title race on their hands. And I think for the first time in 20 or 30 years, we may see a team not named Celtic, Rangers, or Aberdeen win the Scottish League title. But I have to say, I think if Celtic beat Motherwell away on Wednesday, they will beat Hearts at home at Celtic Park. As for Rangers and Emmanuel Fernandez, he played 90 minutes, but Rangers lost their third straight game. So they have disastrously bowed out of the title race after 3 straight losses. And they're ending their season on a whimper, you have to say. But Emmanuel Fernandez, you're in the team of the season. You've done your job straight from League One to the Scottish Premiership. Now I want to see you leave the Scottish Premiership in the summer and sign for a Champions League club or Europa League club with real ambition in the top 5 spots of the respective leagues in the top 5 league. And I think it's going to happen. I spoke about Zadok already, and because he's injured, he's unlikely to play in the next game against Vasteras away. But Akor have to figure their shit out, man. They've started seeing so badly. 7 games played, 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, and to get slapped on your home turf by your biggest rivals 4-2 in the biggest rivalry in Scandinavia. Fix up, my guys. But shout out to you, Akor, for the hospitality. I want to thank you guys for all you did for me, the coverage, the opportunity to watch the game pitch side with that view. Honestly, I was so impressed with Sweden, and I'm definitely so excited to come back, as I have to anyway. So shout out to you guys. And look out for the match day vlog, guys. Please watch. I'm begging you. Finally, Prosper Oba played 68 minutes for Shakhtar Donetsk as they beat SC Poltava on Sunday. They did not win the league yet. In fact, they've lost to Dynamo Kiev. Actually, no, they won the league. I'm pretty sure Shakhtar won the league. I saw them congratulating Ada Turan. Yeah, they definitely won the league. The fuck did they say second? So Prosper Oba is going to be a title winner. In fact, amazing. So let's see what happens. And he actually played 68 minutes in that 4-0 win. So the remaining games are just for show. But congratulations to all our boys and seeing how they get on. Vontae said Aston Villa may end up finishing 6th, but I'm sure Unai will pick up that Europa League to qualify for the UCL. I'll be honest, bro. I don't think there's any chance of them finishing 6th just because the distance between 5th and 6th is, it's just 4 points. But still, there's only 2 games left. As long as Aston Villa win one of those games, I think they'll comfortably finish. I think the top 5 is settled. And honestly, if Bournemouth beat Man City, I know they will relax against Nottingham Forest. But let's see how it goes anyway. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the podcast in terms of the weekend player reviews. Sorry, it's a bit of a long one, coming up to 2 hours, but you know me, I prioritize getting this content to you guys. Of course, everything's going to be chopped up for your listening pleasure if you prefer the smaller, bite-sized content. But shout out to the listener community for all the support. Thank you for watching this live stream. I really appreciate it. I do not take any of it for granted. It means the world to me, and I'll continue to find the balance between my day job and bringing this content for you all. The Monday live streams will remain for sure. Thursday, let's still do Thursday this week for sure. I'm hoping City would have dropped points against Palace, so look out for that review. I also think it's going to be a very exciting weekend preview this Thursday, simply because we have quite a few players on the verge of winning league titles for their clubs. So Rafael Yedika is on the verge of winning a league title. Kelechi Iheanacho is potentially on the verge of winning a league title. And we may see Tochukwu Nnadi's Marseille upgrade from a Conference League spot to a Europa League spot. And make no mistake about it, Marseille is still a big club. So long may him performing for Marseille continue. Just to round up the podcast with the ones to watch for you between now and Thursday. Tuesday, Lookman is in action tomorrow against Osasuna away. And then on Wednesday, we'll see the Sevilla boys, Adams and Ejuke, go away to play Villarreal at El Madrigal. Then we've got the Turkish Cup final at 6:30 p.m. between Trabzonspor, Polonwachu, Chibike Iwayu, and Anthony Nwakeme against Cennet Lebrigi, who've got Emir Yekuru, former Super Eagles winger, and Tom Bashiru, who's one of the first dual nationals to play for under 20 squad. I think that was over 10 years ago, to be honest. So may the best team win. Either way, Nigerian is going to win the Turkish Cup. And then that same night, we'll see Crystal Palace play against Man City. Hopefully, maybe Glasner may be feeling friendly. I may give Uche some minutes just to say bye-bye, but it feels very unlikely. And at 8 p.m. on Wednesday as well, we're going to see Delibashiu's Lazio go against Inter Milan at a chance to win the Coppa Italia. We know Maurizio Sarri in a one-off game could get the job done, so let's see what happens. And then Thursday, 6 p.m., Umar Sadiq's Valencia will be playing against Rayo Vallecano. The other games to watch out for over the weekend, just in case any of you don't see this on Thursday, Saturday, Kelechi Iheanacho, Celtic against Hearts for the league title, 12:30 p.m. Leverkusen, if Tella is fit, there will be an action against Hamburg, playing Otele and Torunariga at 2:30 p.m. And then at 3 o'clock on Saturday, we're going to see Wolves, Aroko Dare, host Fulham, Chukwueze and Bassi, because he will be still injured at the Molineux. On Sunday, we'll see the Nottingham Forest boys go to Old Trafford at 12:30. So Awoni will be in action. Let's see if Olano may recover. And then Udinese's Maduka Okoye will be up against David Okereke's Cremonese. So David Okereke will be trying to stop Maduka from getting his yet another clean sheet. So let's see if he'll be lucky in that regard. Fisara Delibashiu off the Coppa Italia final on Sunday will play in the Rome derby against Roma, 5 p.m. While Akisomero Androsimi's Pizza will be away against Napoli at 5 p.m. as well. At 5:30 p.m., it's going to be the Belgian title race decider. Club Brugge, Rafael Yedica play Union Saint-Gilloise, who are the current champions from last year. Both teams played in this season's Champions League, so I'm sure they'll be feeling pretty good, both of them. 6 p.m. on Sunday, we'll see Lukman's Atletico play against Girona, and then we'll see Akor and Ejike Sevilla play Real Madrid at 6 p.m. as they look to ensure that they remain in La Liga. At the same time, we'll see Valencia's Umar Sadiq go away to play Real Sociedad, and Victor Osimhen, fresh off clinching the league title, will be having a victory party against Kashimpasa at 6 p.m. on Sunday. 30 minutes later, it will be the Turkish. Wait, will they play Cagneybbegi again? That is interesting. So after Trabzonspor played Cagneybbegi on Wednesday in the Turkish Cup, they played the same opponents in the league on Sunday, which is quite funny, you have to say. Now, at the same time, we'll see Ibrahim Olaoye as Rizzospor play with Ndidi Super Eagles captains Besiktas at the same time. And then in Portugal, we'll see Omar Abubakar's Famalicão play against Isaac James Alverca at 6 p.m. While Moses Simon's Paris FC end their season in their Paris derby against Paris Saint-Germain. Let's see how Paris get on when they play Lens on Wednesday first, and if there'll be any jeopardy in that game. And then Tuchego Nadi will end the season at 8 p.m. on Sunday as Marseille bid to beat Rennes to qualify for the Conference League officially. So that's it for this episode of the podcast. Sorry, guys, for the delay. It would have been lovely to get some people to come and talk, but honestly, after 2 hours, my legs are actually hurting. And I want to say a big thanks to everybody for sticking with me for these 2 hours. Love for all the comments, all the support, every commentary, both the haters, both the lovers, everybody. I just want to say a big, big thank you. Enjoy the football over the rest of the week. And let's see what happens on Wednesday when Palace play Man City. I hope you've enjoyed all the content. Look out for the preview episode coming on Thursday, live stream as well. And of course, as the season nears to an end, please look out for all our content around the end of season awards or doing commentary. I'll try to get as many guests as possible on to do a end of season review. Once again, thanks for rocking with me. I've been also okay. Shout out to the community, and I'll see you all on the next episode of the podcast. Peace out, take care, and much, much love for all the support. Thanks, guys. Shout out to you, right foot to left back, just before I go. Shout out to Ajayi and Hall as well, and hopefully they could bring it home in the conference championship playoff over the weekend. Much love, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.